Monarch Money is for anyone who feels like their finances are all over the place. I certainly know what that feels like or felt like back in the day.
Finances can be messy and confusing. Monarch Money acts like your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control so you can stop earning and start growing. It's more than your average budgeting app. Monarch Money is a complete financial command center for your accounts, investments, and goals. Don't just manage your money, start building wealth with 50% off your first year for our listeners.
Challenge is sometimes we have too many credit cards and we don't, and we feel like they're all kind of doing their own thing. And let Monarch Money be your one-stop shop to controlling your finances so that you can have more and not less. Definitely wish I had something like this when I was younger, when budgets were pretty tight and I was living paycheck to paycheck. Something like this absolutely would have saved the day.
Monarch Money is for anyone who feels like their finances are all over the place, whether you're budgeting, solo, or managing money with a partner. With one clean dashboard for spending, saving, and investing, Monarch gives you full control and clarity to stop guessing and start building real wealth.
Named Wall Street Journal's best budgeting app of 2025, the top recommended personal finance app by users and experts with over 30,000 five-star reviews. Get control of your overall finances with Monarch Money. Use code VIALL at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code VIALL.
You're crazy.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Viall Files Reality Recap Edition. I am your host, Nick, joined by my wife. How are you? Welcome back.
Thanks. I'm okay. Hanging in there
Just hanging in.
day by day,
We're hanging in.
but we're doing all right.
We are doing all right. And we just want to thank you all for sending all your well wishes and love and support. But it's good to have you back.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Happy to be back.
Yeah.
We've got a packed week. So I'm excited for everyone to hear what we've been doing.
We do have a packed week. Very excited about this week. Well, you guys know that Sandy joined us last week to share some tea on her experience on Perfect Match. We got into the whole Louis of it all. Louis and Huda now doing live streams. And is it his living room?
In anybody's living room.
A living room.
They're just live streaming like crazy. Anyway, the Perfect Match cast has their thoughts, feelings, and opinions about that relationship, and Sandy stuck around to share those and everything about her relationship with Louis. So she returns to the Viall Files for the part 2 of her interview, which is later this episode, which also means that Susie Evans returns as well because she was here during that whole experience. We also have Allyshia joins us from Bachelor in Paradise, fresh off of quitting because they knew they were going to get fired.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like, well, maybe this doesn't count in Bachelor in Paradise rules, but wouldn't you rather get fired because then you get severance than quit?
I've never thought about severance in my life because
Not a quitter.
Not a quitter. You never worried about getting fired.
Oh my God, I got fired from all of my jobs.
Yeah.
She's
was
like, I love that
nonstop
severance
filing for
package.
unemployment. I was like,
I just
uh-oh.
my decision tree wasn't usually based off of like making pennies on the dollar from a job that I
Yeah, that's fair. I'm just thinking of it from Alicia's point of view. Of
Sure.
like, would you, if you quit on Bachelor, if you get fired off of Bachelor in Paradise, do they have to pay you out versus if you quit? I just wonder what the contract looks like. You know?
yeah, it's bye.
Yeah,
You
that's
know.
it. It's just you
Kinda-
get booted off
Yeah.
that island.
And we also have Fraser Olender to pop our below deck cherry.
We do. I mean, he's great.
It's really exciting.
Mhm.
I'm hyped.
Yeah, you know that Below Deck is very popular in the Bravo world.
Oh, it's popping off
It's
this
Popping off.
season.
So good
Very
this
obsessed.
season.
Making waves. We're making waves.
Well, we also have very excited about this one. Can't wait for y'all to listen to. Tomorrow we have a very special Going Deeper. James Gunn joins the show. You might know him as the director, writer of Superman, also the director, writer of all the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. He's the head of DC Studios, like one of the most powerful men in Hollywood. And he's got a new show, Peacemaker. I'm a massive fan of it. It's an amazing show. If you like realism and the comic book universe that has all the drama and laughs.
I also have to say, I'm like not the biggest comic book girly. I'm not the biggest like, oh, need to go see the new superhero movie. But it was such an interesting conversation. And he just like getting into the brain of someone so successful, like writing and directing, like the minds behind these massive franchises and movies is just so interesting. He talks about his relationship with his wife He's like besties, obviously, with Bradley Cooper, Rocket Raccoon. Like he just has so many fun stories that like
Also, big Love Island fan.
big Love Island.
Big
fan.
Huge
reality TV
news.
fan.
Loves
So-
Traders,
yeah.
loves Love Island.
So we get into all that tomorrow with James. I hope you check it out. I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will love it. It's get into the mind of the movies all your kids and boyfriends and maybe even you want to watch. But Peacemaker comes out Thursday. It comes out on Thursday on HBO Max, and it is a great watch. It's hilarious. It's got everything you'd possibly want to watch in a TV show. So James is with us tomorrow. I hope you all check it out. I'm sure you will. It's a fantastic conversation. We were honored to have him. It was a lot of fun for Nally and I to talk with James, and I hope you all enjoyed as much as we enjoyed talking with him. It's an awesome interview. And on Thursday, we have the winners of Perfect Match, Lucy and Daniel, join us for a he said, she said conversation in Reality Recap. They would not be interviewed together. So that's the state of their relationship.
So they were not each other's perfect match.
Well,
Ultimately,
not in the long run.
And not in the long
They were deemed the perfect match.
and things
Wow.
have gotten to a point where they can't be in the same room
but they also
or virtually.
Mm.
Oh, I can't wait. I was like, the way they ended that with like, and they're no longer together. Here's AD and Ollie. And I was like, oh my God.
Crazy.
How did AD
beautiful.
and Ollie win?
Honestly, I feel like so many people held that whole like Ollie, Justine was there. I feel like it was fresh that I feel like they kind of held that against them because I don't understand either how Daniel and Lucy would have beat out Ollie and AD.
I know that like Daniel and Lucy were like together the whole time, but they didn't seem like they liked each other very much.
Yeah. I was like, AD and Ollie fought to get back together and to get closer. I'm like, Lucy and Daniel fought because he just didn't like her very much.
Well, that is our week. It's jam-packed. I hope you all enjoy it as much as I know we're going to enjoy it because it's going to be wild. What headlines do we have to get into before we get to Allyshia?
Did you see that the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City season 6 trailer dropped?
I did not.
We were busy flying everywhere.
Oh my God.
Well, the huge news is that we do have an entire Viall Files Pop extra episode just getting into the Real Housewives of Salt Lake trailer.
The household really dominated that.
The
Yeah.
household really, we locked in.
We
We
went
locked and
in.
loaded, and any questions you may have about the trailer will be
I
answered on
haven't
Viall
seen it.
Files
I'm
Plus.
I'm excited to watch it. We were too busy boarding and deboarding planes all weekend. We love our Southwest. We do, so no shame. Southwest has all the perks. You know, if you're a regional traveler,
all the perks.
Do they
It's
still
like-
have those 2 free bags, or did they get rid
No.
of them?
They got rid of them.
They got
So
rid of
do they
those.
have all the perks?
whatever.
And they have no
I
TVs.
just
Did they still have pistachios?
No, they give you
The
like
pretzels.
mustard,
They have Oreos,
pretzels, and
or
Oreos.
I like the pretzels.
The
listen.
Maui
When it comes to
pretzels.
regional travel, they have options. It feels like first class if you're in like the first 4 rows. You
Did you
know,
close your eyes?
Yeah.
we like
I
it.
mean,
Their
Anyways,
Wi-Fi is only $8.
Their Wi-Fi is only $8.
Okay.
That's true.
Which like American or Delta sometimes it's like 20.
And they often
Mhm.
fly to airports, like the smaller airport in its respective city, which tends to be more convenient, which
Right.
we love.
That is true. I think my biggest issue with Southwest is you can get to those smaller airports, but you gotta have a layover. And when I'm flying to Florida, it's so hard to do
No,
that
they
with
have a lot
layover.
of direct flight options for
They
us.
do.
Anyways, we did some boarding and deboarding. Like, you know, when you were about to get on a flight and then you sit down and you think you're about to take off, and they're like, sorry, something happened. That happened twice.
No.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
What
But
do
we
you-
were
what do you do?
also, this is also coming off the heels of, it happened to us going to New York, the like board and deboard. So we were getting to New York like later than usual. And
Oh yes, this is devastating news.
this is devastating news.
Something happened to Natalie on Thursday, which was not great. Sorry, let me preface. Now we had a very rough week last week.
Right?
And so at the end of the week, we flew to New York to interview James. We had to drop off our daughter and our mother-in-law in our regional hub.
Our mother-in-law.
And we literally just dropped him off and then got back on a plane, flew to New York. The exciting news was it was a Thursday. And on Thursday, in case you didn't
Thursday
know,
in New York City, bourbon
American
chicken
Bar
at
has a
American
place
Bar.
called-
Mm.
that serves on its special every Thursday night, bourbon chicken.
Just for you, Nat.
Exactly. And
Mhm.
every time we go, we're like, well, let's obviously schedule it so that we get there in
And
time
have
for bourbon
time.
chicken on
Mhm.
Thursday night. So our flight gets delayed. We're like, oh no, like our reservation was at 10 p.m.
Well,
I
no,
hope
actually,
can-
we were supposed to have first, our flight was like later and we weren't going to get until later. And then I was like, oh, that got delayed, and we weren't going to get until very late. And I said, well, what? Maybe they have another flight, Southwest, with a lot of options.
It does have a lot of options,
I
famously.
was like, oh, there's a 4:30. Let's just jump on that. So we had to really rush it, but we made it. We were running, got to the gate, got on the plane, deboard, delayed. I was like, oh, I don't know if we're gonna make it. But then we did make it, and then we got in at 10:30.
30 minutes past our reservation. So we're like, hey, like, we're so sorry. Our plane was delayed. Hostess was like, sorry, our kitchen's closed. And we're like, what? Like, is there anything you can do? And she was like, let me go ask. So she goes back, and it was a very quick conversation. So we were like, oh no, they told him, like, tell him to get the fuck out. She comes back and she's like, we can seat you. Like, oh, okay, great. So we sit down and we're like,
yeah.
yeah. And the server comes over. We're like, we can order right away. Like, we're so sorry. And like, we know exactly what we want. He's like, no, take your time. Kitchen's open for a while. We were like, okay, sure, we'll take our time then.
Meanwhile, the hostess is literally packing up.
She's packing her bags. Yeah.
She said,
I'm out of here.
She's been working since 1 p.m.
Yeah, she was done.
The kitchen is closed in her mind.
It was. And so then I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to get the Greek chopped.
But at this moment, we're just like, we've been through so much just to be here in this moment.
Yeah.
But we made it. We made it.
Yeah.
Gotta savor it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me get that Greek chopped. He's like, okay, amazing. I'm like, should we just order everything? And Nick's like, I guess so. I'm like, okay, and I'm going to do that bourbon chicken. And he was like, oh, it's off our menu. And I was like, what do you mean?
It's gone.
And he was like, yeah, you must not have been here for a while. We redid our specials. And so I look at it. Bolognese is its replacement.
Weren't you just there?
Literally, that's what I said. I'm like, no, it hasn't been that long.
Yeah.
Like, I was just here. Like,
Like a month
why would you replace it? He's like, just did like a menu refresh. Who asked you to do that? Why do you need to take things off to do a menu
And I love a
refresh?
You can
bolognese,
just
but you replace
add.
it with meat sauce and pasta.
It's literally just add.
Just
like, if
add.
Cheesecake Factory can have
Literally.
100-page menu, like, so can American Bar.
I guarantee you, the chef still knows how to make that bourbon chicken.
And I'm sure y'all have some leftover.
Mhm.
You
I'm
know,
sure you
like, there's
still have the
some rice
ingredients.
sitting around somewhere.
Yeah.
And so now, I mean, I was gut wrenched. I was like, huh? It's gone? Like,
all
not
she
enough.
wanted.
It's all I wanted. He's like, I'm so sorry. So I had to settle for
Bolognese?
the.
No, we didn't
ketchup.
have the bolognese.
No.
It was a delicious
meal.
Bolognese. It was still delicious, but I
wonderful.
was, yeah. it
But
was
American
heartbroken.
Bar, if you're listening, if anyone is
Bring
out
it
there,
back.
bring it back.
And what's crazy is that I got a DM from someone and they were like, it was like a Wednesday night and they had sent me a picture of the American Bar menu and they were like, oh, your bourbon chicken isn't here. And I was like, oh, silly. Like, it's because it's a Wednesday. Duh, it's only Thursdays. And no, she was literally telling me. She's like,
Because they do have on their menu their weekly specials.
Oh my
like,
God.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mm.
R.I.P. bourbon chicken.
R.I.P. bourbon chicken.
Bring it
American
back.
Bar, if you're listening.
There's a petition
You
being
don't
started
have
right now.
to take things
You're
off.
overthinking it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're overthinking
You
it.
are.
Refresh it again.
Put it
Refresh. you
Like,
know?
just add it
Command
to the
Z.
menu under the other entree.
Yeah. If it's a
chicken.
popular
It's a
item.
chicken meal.
Yeah. It's not that
It's
hard
always
to
going to get ordered.
make like bourbon chicken is like one of the things you go to a restaurant. You're like, I don't even need to think. Bourbon
I don't
chicken.
even need to think. That was
Exactly.
me. I was like, I don't even need to read the
It was-
menu.
Why would you make people think at a restaurant?
No, it was cruel. And then, you know who walked in?
Who?
Zoe from Bachelor in Paradise.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah, she's on a hot date.
She was on a hot date.
Did you say hi?
We
We
did.
did.
Yeah. Wasn't
We
sure if
did.
she was going to be like, I don't even know if she might not.
We're like, she might not be online. We know we should. I don't know.
walked
so
over. She was like, why haven't you had me on your podcast?
Love that energy.
and she definitely.
Yeah, a lot to say.
She had a lot to
Um,
say.
So we told her we'd have her on.
I
We'd
was
have
going
to
to
get
say,
it
can we put a mic in front of her?
Well, we told her we'd have to get it approved. She made it seem like that might not happen.
Oh,
I
shit.
guess she's been.
Tea.
Yeah.
But we told her we'd ask.
She said a lot. She said a lot.
Well, I need the tea from Zoe. So
All right. Well, Sierra, what are our headlines?
Alan Cummings has revealed that there will be a civilian version of The Traitors.
I feel like maybe this mom should be on.
Mm.
Would you give her
she's
traitor or
gone through so
faithful?
much.
Faithful.
Faithful for
Faithful.
sure. And maybe her 3-year-old can join her. I don't know.
I'm into it.
I'm into it too. I actually I
That's
registered.
how it started.
I want to go on.
Yeah.
The UK had a civilian version first. Or actually, wasn't season 1 a combo of the normies
Uh-huh.
and the
Of us
reality
civilians.
TV superstars?
Mhm.
I think all of UK traders is civilians.
Yeah.
Not all.
I think
Certainly not
I think they're starting the celebrity version now.
But yeah, I mean, he makes a good point with like the celebrity contestants who come on the show are very, very wealthy and do the show for other reasons, but the prize money will make more of a difference in people's lives for everyday people, so that will raise the stakes. Yeah, like I'm like, there are some things that I wouldn't do, but
You put money in
put
front
some
of
money
me.
in front of it, and I'm like, all right, let's hop over cages and let's do all of these things and maybe get injured.
I wonder if Peacock will, like, given that they're assuming that the people they cast need whatever amount of money more than the reality TV stars they're casting, which I don't know if is a safe assumption. I think there's a lot of reality TV stars out there who are bad with their money, but that aside, I wonder if they'll like do some fucked up shit, knowing that's like, oh, they need the money.
I'm
You
just
know, like really put them in some real.
I don't know.
I don't know.
If,
Nothing really tops the like dumping of crickets and maggots
Yeah.
and like whatnot. Where I'm like, that for me, I'd be like, all right, I'm out. So I'm like, what else are we gonna eat? Be laying in a bed of snakes? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just like, it's giving fear factor.
Okay.
It is giving fear factor.
Yeah. Sierra, would you want to be a traitor or faithful?
I actually think I would want to be a traitor.
You
I
would
feel
really
like my
kill as a
disposition
traitor.
gives faithful, and then I
Yeah.
would get like a little flustered. I could probably be like, no.
Yeah, I feel like I would have to be a faithful, or else I would go home first.
Well, we do have Andy Cohen talking about the Love Island reunion that was filmed, and he did tell everyone that we will see the heart rate challenge in its entirety. So
Which I'm excited to see.
I'm excited for, honestly, both of them to be held. I mean, like, Ace was enjoying that just as much as Huda was enjoying it. And
Yeah.
like,
I can't wait.
I hear the reunion was very good. Yeah.
Do you think, is it one part, or do you think we'll actually get like multiple parts this time?
oh,
I hope it's. I couldn't imagine
They turned
I'm-
around the last one like really quickly, didn't they?
And I feel like
I think it's
nobody
going to be one
talked.
part still.
Okay,
Yeah.
I
but
do.
I just feel like
they
it's too
haven't
many
announced that it
people.
was 2 parts.
I feel like it's too many people that I'm just like, we never really get to see some of them talk. So I'm like, I don't know why you bring everybody back if we're not going to ask them questions that
Yeah.
pertain to them.
Last year, did we have everyone from Casa?
We had like everyone from Casa,
did?
but like I think Daya was the only one that really talked, and even she came on being like, they didn't ask me any questions. I don't know why I was sitting there.
Yeah.
The one that was like with Cordell.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
I'm like curious where I'm like, I would love a 2-part reunion and actually get all of the tea, but
We'll find out.
we'll find out.
Bella Thorne is engaged again? Is she? Explain this to me.
So fans are criticizing her right now because she proposed to her fiance 2 years after he proposed. So she set up like flowers and candles, the whole thing. 3 years ago we met. 1 year later he proposed. Now 1 year later, so did I. And so she did get on one knee, filmed him from all different reactions.
Wait,
Was it a do you still want to marry me, or is it will you marry me?
could I propose to you and us have like a second wedding?
No.
But it's
that was
different.
rude though.
But it's different. It would be different.
That's what I'm asking. Is it different?
I mean, I've
Maybe
never
she just
seen this
really wanted him
version.
to wear a ring. She was like, it's
Eh.
not fair that, there's some people out there who are like, it's not fair that only I have to wear a ring. Like, he should also have to wear a ring
You
while
are
we're
That
spoken
engaged.
is-
for.
That is interesting that a man doesn't have to wear an engagement ring.
I kind of agree with that too, the double standard, where I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm here for it because I'm spoken for. But it's kind of like the same thing with the bachelor party, bachelorette party. Like, what do you mean it's your last hurrah as a single person? We've been together for 5 years.
Y'all
Yeah.
are acting like somehow we want this.
You want what?
Mary's like, I can't believe men got away with not wearing a ring. You want to put jewelry on your fingers. You came up with an idea for us to buy you some shit.
Yeah, I was gonna say I do like all of. I
fuck?
do like.
I
the
was gonna say it's
stack,
giving
you
Jason
know?
from the Valley, but
I do like the stack.
is that?
But I do, and I mean Nick has a stack now, but
Have a
it's.
stack.
But I do feel like that would have been weird if every man is like just like has an engagement band and a wedding band. But I mean, like, I guess. Is she gonna, like, I wonder if Bella's gonna get him another ring for their actual ceremony.
Or like, is it more like, all right, take that one off.
Take that
and
one
then we're
off
gonna
and let
do
me
the
put it
whole
back
thing.
on.
How do we
Yeah.
feel about the ladies proposing?
I mean,
Listen, we have to do so much
doesn't
other
bother
shit.
me.
No, we
I'm
have to do
with-
so much other shit. Don't make me plan a fucking engagement too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm already working on the wedding. You proposed to me 2 years ago and I'm still planning the wedding. The last thing I need to also plan is how to propose to you.
Yeah, no.
Hmm.
I'm a passenger princess in all aspects in any way that I can be because I try to do everything for myself. The last thing I need to do is plan your engagement, let alone imagine me trying to top Connor. Like,
Yeah.
let me fly to where to propose to you.
Also, you're gonna get a oh cool reaction.
we're instantly in a fight. Why are you not so excited that I'm proposing to you?
Yeah,
right
Yeah,
now?
this is like destined for failure from all sides.
I need you to drop to your knees. I need you to be sobbing, wiping the tears.
What was his
Yeah.
reaction?
And if you got the reaction that you thought you wanted, immediate ick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, why are you crying? Stop crying. Can, like, yes,
Can we clip that?
Ick.
Please don't.
See? Ick. Could you imagine? If I was like,
Clip that too.
and I was like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Your wife's contemplating a lot of stuff right now.
Yeah.
I don't.
Ick.
I feel like his reaction was just like, yeah,
Do
baby,
we have
of course.
male reactions to, is this?
Oh, see, he's doing it. He's
On her Instagram,
he's being a little
there's
diva.
The video.
It looks like a Valentine's Day celebration.
I don't know.
Second one.
I don't feel any certain type of way about the woman proposing, but I don't get doing it twice. Like, you already know what the answer. Like, you already did it.
Yeah.
You know, it just seems a bit.
I did see a video montage this weekend about men in 2025, and it's just a video montage of couples where women are like carrying the luggage and holding the umbrellas for the guys and
Mhm.
opening the car doors. Is that what it's really like out there these days?
That couldn't be me.
It's.
But I feel like it
honestly,
is.
yeah. I feel like every time I see. I mean, there was like I'm pretty sure it was Molly May and Tommy Fury, like leaving an airport, and she has like her hands so full. He's got one duffel bag. She's like pushing a stroller, holding the baby, has two like suitcases back to back, and he's just like doesn't give a fuck. Honestly, if you have a child, if I carried that child for 9 months, like you can carry the bags for the rest of our life.
Yeah.
And the baby outside.
100%.
And the baby.
I prefer to be carrying everything at an airport.
Yeah.
That's just
Why?
because Nick moves faster than me.
He said get there. By the time that
Fair
you
enough.
come to
Yeah.
the desk, he's already checked
He's like,
in.
if you walk that slow and you're carrying the bags, like we'll never get there on time.
Well, is a slow man also like physically walking slow? And it,
Nick, probably.
yeah.
If you're
Like,
slower than me,
yeah.
then
yeah.
yeah.
Nick's
have you-
always called me Pokey though. Like, I've always been slow.
My
She is
family used to
Pokey.
call me Sid the Sloth because I would walk so slow, but it was because I was a child carrying a bunch of beach chairs back from the beach.
Aw.
And they were like, "Why are you going really slow?" And I was like, "Because
Oh,
I'm
that's sweet.
6." Yeah.
Aw.
Is Dorit and PK back together?
Yes,
Are?
that's the photo. Wait, look at the photo. Like, why doesn't he have his other that
He does
suitcase
have
in
a
his
free
other
hand.
hand?
I don't even the security's helping.
It's crazy.
Wow.
And she's trying to like cover her child from the paparazzi. He like literally doesn't give a fuck.
Have you seen that? There's a video of like this mime at like a I know, stick with me. At like a
I've seen that.
some sort of attraction or whatever. And he's
Mhm.
like gets the crowd hyped, and people will walk by, and it was a man and a woman and their baby, and she has the backpack, she has the child, and he and the stroller, and he stops them and is like, no.
Oh, at the zoo.
Yeah, takes off. He goes, no. Points at the baby, points at him, and like hands the kid over. Then like takes off her backpack, puts the backpack on him, hands him the stroller, and is like, okay, be on your way.
Yeah,
And the whole
literally.
crowd starts like applauding because it was just like, are you joking?
Yeah. I will say, hate to break it, but I did also see a video of that very mime. There was like a girl with an off the shoulder like shirt, and then he like
Hold it up.
pulled it up, and that I didn't
Okay.
like that very much. So it seems like the mime has some conflated feelings about
How do you know
women.
it was the same mime?
I mean, it looked like the same mime, unless there are a lot of mimes like trying to help the girls out, which I didn't know was a thing.
Well, we do have Allyshia here. Should we bring her in and get
Is
into
she
some
here?
Bachelor in Paradise?
Let's do it. As summer winds down, get back into a routine you love with Wayfair. From bedding and linens to storage solutions for every room in the house, Wayfair's your one-stop shop. We talked about our amazing teak outdoor table that we got from Wayfair. It was easy to shop for, easy to get, easy to receive, easy to put together, and now we love it.
It's so convenient that Wayfair has everything your home needs this warm weather season. Wayfair's huge selection of outdoor items makes it easy to find exactly what's right for you.
Doesn't matter the room you are looking to freshen up. Maybe it's a living room. They have great seating options, rugs, lamps, and lighting, throw blankets, and more. Maybe it's kitchen essentials. They have that too. They have even trampolines if you're looking to make your backyard look a little bit more fun.
There's something for every style in every home, no matter your space or budget. Wayfair makes it easy to tackle your home goals with endless inspirations for every space and budget. It's free and easy delivery. Even on the big stuff, no more huge delivery fees for furniture. Get big stuff like sofas, dining tables, beds, desks, and more shipped free. Find all your must-haves from furniture and decor to appliances and cookware, all in one convenient place. Shop outdoor furniture, grills, lawn games, and way more for way less. Head to wayfair.com right now to shop a huge outdoor selection. That's WAYFAIR.com. Wayfair, every style, every home. Hiring shouldn't be a hassle or drain on your budget. Upwork is your one-stop shop to find, hire, and pay top freelance talent, saving you time and keeping costs in check, all in one place. Upwork exists to make hiring easier, faster, and more affordable for businesses of all sizes. By connecting you with top global freelance talent in one seamless platform, they empower you to get more done with less hassle and lower costs.
Companies at every stage turn to Upwork to get things done and find more flexibility in the way they staff key projects and initiatives by accessing a global marketplace filled with top talent in IT, web dev, AI, design, admin support, marketing, and more.
Upwork is convenient, cost-effective, and transparent. No subscriptions, no upfront fees. You only pay when you hire. Posting a job, free, fast, simple. So if you're trying to stretch your budget and keep things moving, Upwork's got you.
Never tried Upwork? Well, now is the perfect time because they are giving our listeners a $200 credit after spending $1,000 in your first 30 days. That's $200 you can put toward your next freelancer, design help, AI automation, admin support, marketing, whatever your business needs. Upwork has you covered. Visit upwork.com/save right now for this great offer. That is upwork.com/save to get a $200 credit to put towards your next freelancer to help grow your business. That's upwork.com/SAVE. Upwork.com/save. So it is Allyshia.
Because
Allyshia.
Sean,
Yeah.
like, I felt like he was like,
Oh, Sean
He-
says it really well.
he put some like
He put some sass behind the
emphasis
E.
in
So
it.
you
yeah.
prefer the extra enunciation.
If I like you, then I prefer it. If I
If you
don't,
don't,
have, if I feel
You'd
like
rather not them
indifferent,
taking the time.
yeah, I don't like to make people feel bad about getting my name wrong. Oftentimes, so I'll kind of just answer to
Have you been correcting people your whole life?
yes, all
Like,
the time.
At the college parties?
I-
What's your name? It's Allyshia. It's Allyshia.
What I get
What?
what I get a lot of times is people look at me and they're like, they see my name on paper, Allyshia, the way it's spelled, and then the last name Gupta, and they see me and they're like, wait, you're not who was meant to show up today. Like, you don't look like Allyshia Gupta whatsoever. So that's really what my life struggle has been, Nick.
Gupta.
Yeah.
What's that? What's
Indian.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
my dad's Indian.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. Can't
Period.
judge a book by its cover.
Period. No, you cannot. No, you cannot.
Oh, welcome to the show, Allyshia.
Allyshia.
We're so excited to have you. This was you had quite the run.
It's been a good time.
Yeah.
It was a good season. I had fun.
Well, I want to start by saying I don't know what the fuck Andrew was talking about because he was like
he really hyped up Sean of being.
he was like Sean's the worst villain in reality TV
no, I think
history.
he said the best villain.
Best, worst, either way.
Same difference.
Yeah, same difference.
Yeah, I will.
Hardly.
concur. I don't think Sean's the villain whatsoever, personally.
He was just politicking.
Sean was a very failed politician on Paradise. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
He didn't have a bad bone in his body. And for me, I would rather know where I stand with someone and you tell me to my face than stab me behind my back.
Yeah.
So, victim, in my opinion, are the people who were silent and didn't say anything to Bailey when they knew. For the
Mhm.
record,
Knew about Susie.
Susie, I want to get it clear for everybody listening. Me, Bailey, and Leia were the only people who didn't know.
You didn't know.
I had no idea. Me and Bailey are good friends. Like, had I known, that's the first thing I would have said to Bailey. I find out everybody knows about this from Sean. And I'm like, wait, all the guys know about this? No, all the girls and the guys know about this. All the girls know about this? Yeah, for weeks. And nobody said anything. So for me,
And
I
is
was
it because
like,
they're girls or not girls?
that's not a girl's girl.
I can't keep up. Well,
That's
I
not
know,
a
I
girl's
know.
girl.
But I'm just wondering what they were saying.
Well, we talked to Andrew and he, tried to defend Alex in the sense that I guess she was closer with Jeremy.
Jeremy.
He also said she
And-
she just doesn't like conflict,
Yeah.
which
Which I guess watching it before you came in, I guess I thought, yeah, Alex and her and Parisa were like the best of friends.
Because we were like, these were real friendships we had on the outside. And like, these are conversations and girls we like FaceTime on the regular. So going into it, I was like, when I saw my girls from my season, I was like, heck yeah, not only are they familiar faces, these are actually girls who like I ride for on the outside and I know have my back. So
Did you like have a conversation with Bailey once you knew and was like, what
Yeah.
the fuck were your friends
yeah,
doing?
my biggest concern was for Bailey, obviously. And I said to her, like, if I was in your position right now, I would be feeling so jaded, not because of just what's transpiring with Jeremy. Of course, that's its own parcel to deal with, but just as a woman, feeling like none of my friends
Yeah.
would tell me this. And then to feel like the joke's on you and everybody's been walking around for weeks knowing something and just hiding it from you, I would be like, who can you trust? So the
Yeah.
first thing, that I did when I knew this was all going down was went up to Bailey and said like, hey, I want you to know if there's no one else you can trust in this house, you can trust me. If I had known, this would not have gone on for as long as it did. I understand that Alex doesn't like to get into drama, and I can respect that. She was friends with Jeremy, but I think the right thing to do would say, hey, Jeremy, tell Bailey, and if you don't, I am.
Yeah.
You know, like really, I think you can stay out of the
No.
drama by
Kind
encouraging
of a
other
weird
people.
thing to be like, listen, I have your back no matter what. One thing though, like
I don't do drama.
I don't like
So-
conflict like of any kind.
Yeah.
So if
I won't tell you if
so, like, I
anyone
don't, like, if-
is talking about you behind your back.
But like other than that, I totally got your back.
Yeah.
Other than
just
that.
know that I'm your ride or die through thick and thin. But like if there is a little bit of uncomfiness, like I'll probably
Count
keep it
me
to
out.
myself.
Yeah.
You're spot on with.
Like, okay.
Do
So-
you know who voted you and Sean off? Because ultimately, before y'all decided to leave, y'all were the second
No,
couple.
you kind
Yeah,
of did the
yeah.
I quit. You can't fire me.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey. Which actually, like, then you're not paid severance, so like, joke's on you. But no, so okay, let me give some context to this. I obviously am close friends with Bailey and Alex, right? And Parisa from my season. Parisa and I are roommates. Bailey and Alex are roommates. We're getting ready for the rose ceremony. I didn't think that Sean and I were going to make it because I was the last one in. We are one of the newer relationships. I was just there enjoying our time together and enjoying the fact that like we had these fun challenges.
So immediately you were like, when you guys found out how things were about to go down, when Jesse, I don't know, threw not a walkie, he's like, 2 couples are going home. You immediately were kind of like, okay, this is our time.
No,
Oh.
because at this point, there's 2 couples that were still totally platonic there, which were Leia and Jonathan,
hmm
and also Kathy and Keith. And so in my mind, all the conversations that had occurred up until this point, everyone was on the same page of until we have to vote off couples and real relationships, we're going to vote off the people who are in platonic relationships. That's how we all felt. And I thought that was a very shared feeling. Now looking back at it, I walked into Alex and Bailey's room thinking I was going to go have girl chat and a champagne with them before, the cocktail hour. And I walked in on them talking about sending me and Sean home.
So what did you hear when you walked in?
So also I walked in with a freaking Bailey's skirt around me in a labubu, like a jackass, okay, which was like even worse. And then I walked in and I just heard them saying something like, and Sean and Allysia's name, and like in the context of going home. And I was like, all right, are we going to talk about this? You guys, like, I was really upset. And
was this after you went up to Bailey and said, if you can trust anyone, it's me?
this was after. This was after, which was surprising. But I don't care if we were voted off. And I said to them, listen, it's going to get to the point that we're going to have to vote for friends. And I'm never going to hold it against you that we're going to have to do that. However,
Say it to my face.
say to my face, for our names to be circulating the night of
Yeah.
people going home and your 2 closest friends in there aren't even going to give you a heads up. You have to walk in the room to them talking about it is crazy.
I mean, the fact that when I guess it was when Jeremy and Bailey won that first challenge, and like Dale went straight up to Brian and was like, hey, I'm gonna let you know, like, your name's floating around. So I don't know what
Yeah.
you need to do, but like, you
And
need
they
to
weren't
start-
even like,
So the fact that Dale could do that for Brian.
Exactly. All the boys were really good about having the guys' backs. And I think there was a disconnect with the women. That was a conversation we also had when the Susie drama came out. I sat the women down at the table and I was like, guys, we need to have each other's backs. Like the guys all have their backs. They're, relaying the information the conversations that are being had in secret or in private. Like, why aren't we doing that as women? Instead, all the girls are going to their guys and like whispering, and they're on the guy's side. It's like, you've just met this guy. You know me. I'm your girlfriend. Like, why don't you have my back? You're so quick to believe the guy that you've just coupled up with. And I'm the one being thrown under the bus. Like, I was surprised. I was really, really surprised. And I couldn't believe it, especially after what had just transpired and occurred with the Susie and the Bailey
Yeah.
drama. Like, it was happening again.
We've interviewed Bailey a couple weeks ago. This was right after,
Jeremy posted that he was also in Portugal.
yeah.
so
It's
it was
like, okay, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
She it was like she answered like a woman who was clearly dating this guy and very much wanted to have his back. So much so that it was like, even if you are dating him, can't you just at least hold him accountable for how he handled himself? It's not a fireable offense. Like,
yeah, they
whatever.
could have
It's
like worked on it and moved on by now.
but
like,
she really covered for the guy in a way that kind of just felt like, really? You're just not even going to acknowledge?
Totally. And as a friend, I'm sitting here like, you're doing this for someone you've just met who's proven you really probably can't trust him. And then, your girlfriend who has only been there for you, I would never vote against Bailey. I would never vote against my friends. And I've only shown her that was like really, really surprising, and it was hurting. And I think that's where the emotional upset came from me. And like, I was totally worn down because I felt like I couldn't trust my girlfriends there. And then also Sean, I felt like super unheard by. I thought he respected my opinion, which was earlier pulling him aside. And I was like, stop campaigning. This is not going. I see what you're trying to do. And he really was enjoying the strategy. And I'm all for that. Play the game. But you're putting people, and I told him, like, I would be put off if somebody else was approaching me the way you were. Like, you just need to chill out. You're coming across wrong. And he's like, I totally hear you. I respect you. I'm going to cool down. And then I walked in on him literally campaigning, propaganda to Spencer that night. And I was just like, I'd had it.
Yeah.
What was his big argument?
I don't think he had any big argument. I think the big argument was just he wanted to start talking strategy with everyone in the house.
And didn't
at this point,
he wants Spencer and Jess out because he thought they were the strongest in to win?
That was not something that
weren't they safe or something?
Yeah, they were.
I don't understand.
They won, so they were never
night.
going to leave. That was never on the table. Sean was concerned that Spencer and Jess, we all know Spencer and Jess were the strongest couple at that point. And Sean was trying to be 3 steps ahead and think Leia and Jess and Kat were all good friends from their season. So with them being in the power position, we know those people those women were probably safe.
Right.
So I think Sean was just trying to gauge where everybody's allegiances were at this point in the game, because it was the first time that we had to start thinking about, okay, if this happens this week, if this person wins this week, like, who's on the chopping block?
Mhm.
I mean, obviously, it's Bachelor in Paradise is just a game, but I'm like, at the same time, it obviously made you second guess your friendships in the real world. Like, where does that leave your friendships with Bailey and Alex today?
Ooh, I love the big sigh.
That's a good question. I left Paradise saying I would like to watch everything back before I really decide where those friendships stand. I think the truth always comes out. And luckily in this situation, we were mic'd up and had cameras on us the whole time. So I'm like, listen, it's all going to come out in the wash. Before I step to anybody's defense and, back the wrong horse again, I wanted to see how it played out and where everybody voted. And I don't know really how it panned out that night, but I do know that I've seen enough that, people I consider my real friends are people who have my back and stand up for me in a room that I'm not there. And I don't think that was everybody on the show. And I think when money comes into it, people's true colors come out. And I think a lot of people also were not avoiding drama and staying out of it because they were not confrontational people, but because they knew they ran the risk of putting themselves under the bus.
Right.
And it was easy. The second somebody else was on the hot seat, it was like everybody wanted to jump on that bus and Brian's bad, Brian's bad, Brian's bad. Wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Kat, you look so bad because you're best friends with Bailey and didn't say anything. Alex, you too. And now you want to pile up on somebody else because you're deflecting.
Yeah, they know they're in the
That's
So have you not talked to him much?
I have spoken to them. I've checked in with Bailey just to make sure she's okay. And I can't control what other people do. I can control what I do. And I subscribe to that. So I want to go to bed and live with myself knowing I'm a good person and a good friend. And regardless of how they treated me, I'm going to show up for them. So yeah, I texted Bailey when everything was airing and there was things that were, I didn't know the extent of this Susie drama. So just followed up with her and made sure she was good. And she did seem like she was in a good place.
Has
and
she or Alex, I mean, I guess ultimately, or Parisa, because I guess we don't know how she voted, but have any of them apologized to you?
They all apologized to me that night. That was a conversation that was cut a little short. I sat them down and just said, like, essentially what we were talking about. If you're going to bring my name up and send me home, just do it to my face. Let's just have these conversations like adults. We're all friends. We can approach each other with this the same way we've made that mistake not approaching Bailey with it. Let's not do it again.
But I guess watching it back, you still were,
Yeah. So they apologized and cried, and they were like, we wouldn't do that to you. We love you, blah, blah, blah. Would never vote against you. And so we left it. I said, okay, don't prove me wrong. We're going to watch this back and we'll see. Don't prove me wrong. I hope you're telling me the truth, but in time, we'll see. I think that was the luxury of this situation, was in less than a month, I was going to find out who was telling the truth.
And what did you see?
I saw a lot of easy way outs, in my opinion. People who just, I think, either stayed out of it because they didn't want to get their hands dirty or didn't stand up for the right side. And I think if you're not going to stand up for the right thing, you fall into the category of being on the wrong side.
Who do you think didn't stand up for the right thing?
I would say majority of the people in Paradise at that point who knew about Susie and Jeremy didn't do the right thing. I think the boys were crazy with the bro code that they were saying. I get it. So I would say more of the blame in my eyes does fall onto the women there, because I think at the end of the day, men come and go. We've seen boyfriends come and go. Women, especially as adult women, those are the relationships that you carry with you for life. And those are the people you call when the guys break your heart and you find out they've been calling their ex-girlfriends behind your back, right? So my questions really do kind of all fall to them as to why nobody brought it up earlier.
My experience when it comes to this show, I always tell people who come off the show, give it a year. And if you're still friends with that person, then maybe it's an actual friendship, because most of these friendships off of reality TV are very, it's really hard to know what's real or what's not real. They're very self-serving. A lot of people are friends or not friends with people based off of their popularity or their edit, things like that. Given that, now that you are more removed from obviously Paradise and then your time on The Bachelor, do you see yourself actually being friends with Bailey, Alex, or Kat, or these other women? Or do you think what you got to experience on Paradise is more in line with probably their true colors rather than the friendships that you thought you had with him prior to going into Paradise?
That's a good question.
Thank you.
I, without a doubt, have carried friendships from that experience. Parisa will be a friend for life and has been a friend for life. She had my back that whole experience. And Brian also is one of those people who I have a lot of respect for. And
You fuck with Brian.
I fuck with Brian hard. Yeah.
Tell us why.
I think he has balls. I think he did the right thing. And I think, people were kind of whispering, well, was he doing this just to save himself? He did it right before a rose ceremony.
Yeah,
Nobody would do that. It's not in his best interest.
Yeah.
He really did want Bailey to know. And I think Brian's just got a good head on his shoulders. I don't think that he has bad intentions, and he always had my back in there.
What
I
did you
felt-
think watching back some of those conversations he had with Parisa where he was a little snappy?
Yeah. Well, I knew about those before watching them back because I was Parisa's roommate. So
Oh yeah.
she'd come in tears or upset or,
Oh, yeah, you made her cry.
Yeah, oftentimes being like, I don't know what I do. I just asked his favorite color. And
Yeah.
and now she's crying and we're kind of doing damage control. And I think really it boils down to they're just different characters. And I think that's all the process of getting to know each other when you're put in an incubator like Paradise, where all you have is you're constantly around people, things boil over. So I wasn't surprised to see Brian shutting down because I was privy to that before. But I was surprised to see Parisa's side of things, right? The conversation they have late at night that are just between the two of them. Those were really progressive conversations. And I think those made them seem like more of a couple than maybe the surface level ones where he shut down because it was a long day and you're dancing and you got feathers up your ass and all sorts.
Okay. You mentioned that you thought if you had gotten to Paradise earlier, you would have been coupled up with Dale.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing that up.
And Sean had an interesting response to that on his Instagram. He posted a little picture of you
Yeah.
with a money bag
yeah.
over her head.
It was a nice little AI edit for me.
Yeah.
Thoughts? The thoughts are, so let me just start off.
What he post?
a picture of him giving Allyshia the rose, and then
A
just,
sack
like,
of
the
money
sack of money
bag
on her head.
over my head.
I guess saying that like she was only there for the money. I don't.
Or I took it as
Or
he was
gold
only
digger?
coupled up with me for the money.
Oh, or he was only going
But
for
hey,
the
there's
money.
that take.
I guess I don't know. Can't prove it. He should have been more specific.
Seriously. Sean and I have like very good banter and a good friendship at the foundation of everything. So I think, let things roll off my back. That didn't really bother me. I thought it was funny. It's Sean's personality. Also, if you want to dig your own grave, be my guest. I'm not going to stop you. Here's the shovel. But going back to the coupling up comment, let me just say, I am unhealthily obsessed with Love Island. I have been for a very long time.
Okay.
I was born in London, went to school in London, and I was on the Love Island game decades ago.
Mm-hmm.
So when I said coupled up, I was referring to like coupled up, like in Love Island, you know, you go off just physicality at first. Dale is physically my type versus blonde, blue eyes. Like I like dark hair, dark eyes. That fit the bill. Dale fit the bill. And we did have an initial spark in chemistry. So yes, had I gone in day one, I do think I would have explored getting to know him more. And initially, potentially would have coupled up to explore that. I don't mean that we would have ended up together
Maybe
or
he honestly seemed super into you.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
I'd concur.
just seemed like Kat wasn't going to let that, you know.
And that's also fine. I think, you know, to be honest, I think birds of a feather flock together. And I was put off a little bit by Dale because of the person who he was with, who I really didn't see eye to eye with on a lot of things. So
You don't fuck with Kat.
I wouldn't pick Kat as somebody I hang around with in my free time. No, I think we're very different. And I don't mean that as a knock to her. I just think we're very different
Not
people.
your kind.
Not my cup of tea, and I'm
Yeah.
sure I'm not her cup of tea. That's fine. Yeah, we
What
might
is your cup of tea?
for a friendship level.
Sure.
Somebody who's calm, somebody who doesn't make big deals out of everything. Like we see the fast forward preview to the next episode. You know, they do some camping out and there's bugs and tents. Like I'm the person who's catching the spiders and like naming them with Parisa. I don't freak out and, you know, the screaming. I think people think pageant girl, and maybe because like I like doing my hair and makeup, like I'm not somebody who's willing to get dirty. Like I really like high adrenaline things. I'd love to do the 4-wheeling date. I like down to earth people. And I have a lot of respect for people who are just honest and you see what you get. And I think that's where the disconnect with Kat is. She's not an honest person. She doesn't tell the truth, and she was caught in a lie many times. And that's something that for me is like the bare minimum is I want an honest, truthful friend.
What do you think she wasn't telling the truth about?
She wasn't telling the truth about a lot of stuff.
Like,
A boyfriend.
Yeah, I mean, so for one, Kat used to live in Tampa. Me and Sean both live in Tampa. It's a small
Oh.
community. We know the people who you date, who you hang out with. So she spent holidays with Sean. Like her mom was texting Sean, "Hey, how are you guys? So glad you have each other on Paradise together." Like,
oh wait, so the
Our
whole like Sean being
FaceTime
like,
dates.
we're friends.
oh no, Nick, let
I'm
me.
like watching it, like it made Sean look a little thirsty. But you're
Holy-
saying,
Yeah.
This I felt like I was in the Twilight Zone because so I come in and I've seen how Kat first and foremost, like I go off how people talk to other people, right? How do you treat the maids who have not who are you and no one's when the cameras aren't on?
Right.
I didn't love the way she spoke to some people. That was my own. So we just steered clear of each other. Whatever. Let bygones be bygones. Every single night when Sean and I would have these private conversations, if her name ever got brought up, he would just, all he had to say about her were the nicest things to me. Like, you really have to give her a chance. She's just misunderstood. Like, she's got a good heart. I really know her well, blah, blah, blah.
he always had her back.
And I'm like, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. And I kept saying to him, I think she would throw you under the bus the second she has a shot. And so, of course, the night unfolds and I'm stood in a group of girls. It was like me, Parisa, Kat, someone else. And yeah, Kat tried to deny being his friend. I'm like, you're going to sit here and say you
That's
aren't friends
crazy.
with Sean
That's
after
crazy.
everything I've had to like bite my tongue. It's so annoying when the guy you like is like sticking up for the girl who
Yeah.
you kind of like don't. But I was like, okay, I do trust Sean. I think he has a good judge of character. So I really was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. And then when that happened, I just felt so vindicated. And I was like, I told you, Sean. I told you since day one. I was right about it. That's crazy. And then she went back telling all the guys that he cursed her out, that no guy should still be there who talks to women that disrespectfully, blah, blah, blah. And
That's
all the guys
crazy.
believed it because of, I think, the reputation Sean had kind of built himself up until that point. And I was now in the crosshairs. And I think a casualty of that war between Kat and Sean. But to me, yeah, that goes back to like, you don't have your friends back in the moment because Sean started getting a bad rap. All of a sudden, I don't know him. I'm not his friend.
That's crazy.
I'm not that type of a person, and I really don't like
I
people
can
like that.
imagine like if when I went on Paradise, if Ashley I just was like, I'm barely even friends with them.
Oh no! After you spend holidays together, and her ex-boyfriend,
Like-
who was her current boyfriend. So Sean and I leave. Spoiler
So you're
alert.
saying
We have a conversation with his friend, Sean's best friend, who was her boyfriend at the time, telling it. He's like, "You won't believe who ended up screwing me over in all of this." And you know, he fills us in. She's been sending him love letters since the day one in Paradise. She snuck her iPad in. She was sending him things to get him through. Like, this will last you till I get back out of Paradise. And like, that's crazy. And Sean sat on that and defended her, knowing that because he was his friend. So when she tried to deny that, that's when I was like, listen, oh, shit's like, we're burning shit to the ground now.
we ran into someone on
burn it.
We ran into Zoe. We already talked about it earlier.
Oh, Zoe told me she ran into you. I was just in New York too this past
Yes.
weekend. She said she saw you. Yeah.
She had some things to say about Kat.
Interesting.
She did. She had some things to say.
Was she writing messages on her?
On her iPad. So apparently she snuck an iPad because they take our electronics away, obviously, you know, right? She somehow snuck an
No,
iPad.
I heard
in.
like that she wrote like some messages on her arm for him.
And was like hoping the camera would like
pick
catch
up
it.
on-
For Dale?
I
No,
don't know,
for
some-
this-
some-
for her
this guy-
boyfriend?
this guy,
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. There's some of that stuff I really don't know. I will say on the Kat note, after watching this episode, I think she's going to have enough heat to deal with. I don't want to compound on that or pile on. I don't want to be
Well, having a boyfriend.
a girl who's just ratting on another girl like that. I really don't want to be that person.
What do you think Kat will say?
I don't know. I think Kat's going to do what Kat does best, which is deny, lie, cry. That's what I call. I mean,
Okay, Dr. Seuss.
Yeah,
you
right?
like that? I'm gonna coin that actually.
DLC.
Royalties, please.
DLC.
The DLC.
But she does. I think that's what she'll do. I think people, when you're in the hot seat and your back's against the corner, you point fingers at other people. And I would imagine she does that. I don't know. I think she's also upset at the comment I made about coupling up with Dale, which I'm not sure why. I told everyone since the second I got in there, her included, she was the first person I had that conversation with. I was interested in getting to know Sean and Dale, period. That's okay. We're on a show where you're meant to date other people.
I will say there was a moment, I think it was that day that you're talking about, where you like went up to her and you told her that you were interested in Dale and Sean. And she said that Dale said he wasn't going to be exclusive or something. She said something along the lines of like what Dale had said to her.
Right. Dale wasn't interested in
And then you went back to the other women and you were like, oh, Kat told me like I was not allowed to like pursue Dale whatsoever. Like he was not going to be open. And so it kind of, I don't know if there's missing context, but it kind of gave a little bit of like telephone where it's like you're changing a little bit of what Kat said.
oh,
to
interesting.
Because what we saw was
Yeah.
not what you repeated back to the women.
Sure. So I guess to clear all that up, I came in, I had the date card. I knew I had to give it to someone. I really didn't know the guys because we're all just like having a drink and a fun time in the partying the night before. So it was really hard to gauge like anybody's personality from that. So I had like a couple hours the next morning to make a big decision who I was going to take on a date. And I really was torn. So my first thought was I'm going to go up to Kat and let her know because I knew she was coupled up with Dale and Sean was previously coupled up with Jill. She left, so I didn't have to do any, damage control on that end. So I went up to Kat and I told her, and she said to me that her conversation with Dale, he told her he's not open to getting to know anyone. That if he got asked out on another date, he wouldn't want to go. He's all into Kat. I said to Kat, that's interesting because that's not the conversation that he had with me last night. Kat and I proceeded to have a conversation where I said to her, do you want me to tell you what he says to me or do you not? Because from my perspective, I think the girls, we should be communicating because why are we going to let him make us look like an idiot? If he's telling you one thing and telling me something, let's get together and get to the bottom of it, right? And she was on the same page, like, yeah, no, please. She's like, please ask him on a date if you want to, because that's going to be telling for me to know if he's telling me the truth and what he's saying, adds up and let's see. So that's where me and Kat's conversation ended. I still wasn't sure who I was going to take on a date. And then I proceeded to have a conversation with Dale and Sean that morning. And Dale basically told me, like, if you don't take me on a date, it's not going to change me wanting to get to know you. I want to still get to know you. I think we have a connection. Clearly there's a connection. Like, I don't want you to feel pressure on taking me. Like, do what you want to do. And just know that, like, it's not going to change a thing if you don't take me and you take Sean. So in my eyes, I'm like, okay, no brainer. And yeah, I didn't proceed to have any more conversations with Kat after that in regards to what Dale had been telling me, because really Dale and I stopped getting to know each other because that evening it became a competition. We were told at the rose ceremony that, you know, it was no longer a dating show, it was a competition show. So I think that's where things really kind of fizzled out for Dale and I, and everybody kind of locked in on their partners and on the game now. But no, Kat and I had a really progressive conversation. I think we were on the same page, and she gave me her blessing to pursue him and see. I think she was welcoming of the potential test that would have caused for them.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I always say that more people are helped by their reality TV edit than hurt for other people who do complain about their edit. For the people that you got to know on Paradise or to get to know better, other than Kat, because I assume that would be your answer, who is someone that you think comes across better than you got to know? And then we'll send you on your way.
Somebody who comes across better than...
Yeah, like
watching
now
it,
that
you're
you're
like,
watching, you're
"Oh,
like, they don't deserve that edit.
interesting."
Yeah.
That's not how they were in real
That's
life.
not the person I got to know. Where like maybe Bachelor Nation's like, oh my God, they're the greatest. And you're like, no.
I have two names.
Love it.
So we're just going to throw them out there.
Great.
The first one I'm going to say, controversial, but I'm going to say Alex.
Okay.
Because I had
With an E.
Alex with an E. I had a lot of respect for her coming into it. And I don't know if it was her avoiding confrontation or her playing the game, but regardless, I think she's come out to and publicly admit that, you know, had hindsight's 2020, if she could retrospectively go back, she would have done things differently. So I think that's probably
I think we
the
all would
obvious.
when we all,
Of
you know,
course.
like when you realize you do something.
That didn't look so good.
Was the version that you heard about Susie on the beach like
No.
it was watered down?
Oh, so
Yeah.
watered down.
Yeah.
It was a one-time passing call that he made in the heat of things when like Bailey was going on a date with Andrew. No idea how much he had doubled down on it. No idea that he said he didn't want to win with Bailey. The fact he told her, like, I never said I'd propose her on the spot. I think that's what happens when secrets are kept, right? It's like a cobweb. It just gets more and more intricate, and lies are hard to keep with.
Do you think he's still lying to Bailey somehow? Like, do you think?
No, I don't think he can lie to Bailey because I think everything's out now.
Yeah.
No, I
Could you
think he could
imagine
still
if
lie. His reasons could be a lie.
Yeah.
The
he could
producers
still be
told
like
me-
holding on tight to the I never said that I'd proposed.
Yeah, he's
he
still
hid in that
denying it.
bathroom.
He's still arguing with fans in the comments.
Yeah. Listen, I think like the truth hurts, right? Like it's funny when you strike a nerve, that seems to be when people start chatting the most and feel like hindsight is 2020. I wouldn't go back and change anything that I did or how I acted personally. Like I feel pretty good about my experience. So yeah, is it easy to turn around and be like, I could have done things differently? Sure. But I think as full grown adults, we can also all take accountability and learn from it. And, you know, moving forward, I think Alex has learned from it. I think the other name I would throw out there is probably Jonathan because
Jonathan.
yeah, Jonathan. I love Jonathan. But what surprised me about him was I didn't realize how much he was going to Kat initially in the beginning and kind of relaying things that the boys were saying, which I don't think was a bad move on his end. I just did not know that he had that kind of like allegiance to Kat. Or, you know, there's a couple times too, I think maybe it was semantics, but some of the things he said to Leia and Jill, you know, rubbed them the wrong way or didn't feel like they totally aligned. I don't know if that's just a communication issue on Jonathan's end. I think I went into Paradise and was really worried about Jonathan, honestly, and came after him a few different times one-on-one just to make sure he was okay, because I think it was very obvious and evident his mental health was kind of, he just wasn't himself sometimes. And I think because of that, and maybe just the place he was in, he might not have explored some of the connections that he probably owed it to himself and the other people, you know, to look into a little bit more. But yeah, so I would say those two people. And I don't think it's a reflection of their character. I think it's just a reflection of their journey and this one experience in Paradise, which is isolated.
Okay.
Period.
Well, thank you for stopping by,
Thanks for
Allyshia.
having me.
Saying that right. Where can people find you?
You can find me in LA now. I'm on Instagram, on
You're living in
TikTok,
LA?
and I'm loving it.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, appreciate you stopping by, giving us some insight.
Thank you guys. This
All
was
right.
fun.
It was so much fun.
Appreciate you.
Thanks for coming. Well, Allyshia had some things to say.
She did not hold back. I definitely was not expecting that. But, those are her thoughts and her feelings. So pop off,
They
queen.
feel valid.
I just
Kudos,
love it when
mama.
somebody names them.
Names 'em.
Same.
Kudos, mama, for
Yeah.
spilling.
I mean,
Yeah.
the cat denying that she's friends with Sean.
The cat's out of the bag now.
But it's crazy though. The way Allyshia painted that picture that like she's met his mom. They're all
They
Holidays
text.
they
together.
text. They're always together, and then to be filming Paradise and being like, we barely.
I don't
fucking-
know this
I
man.
don't know. And that was crazy.
That's wild.
Mhm.
Give me
Yeah.
the insider tea any day.
yeah. No, that was wild.
Wow.
Mhm.
All right. Well, up next, making our Below Deck premiere, Fraser Olender. He is with us making our Below Deck premiere. He is an absolute gem of a human, a really great guest, and very fun to talk to. He is up next. And then following Fraser, Sandy returns for part 2 of her interview, talking about Perfect Match and everything that goes down. And then don't forget, we got James Gunn tomorrow for a very electric Going Deeper. But now it's time for Fraser.
Well, since we know I'm the one who cleans our house, I have to say the products that you use are so important, and Branch Basics is that girl. Before we had River, before we had our dogs, I never really was like looking at chemicals. I was just like buying bleach and buying this and buying that. And if it said cleaning on it, I was like, okay, great, that'll clean. Not knowing that it probably had so many toxins in it, it probably like causes long-term health problems. Wasn't even thinking about it. With Branch Basics, everything is made from plant and mineral-based ingredients. Branch Basics is human safe, it's biodegradable, it's perfect for families, especially those with babies, kids, or pets. The all-purpose cleaner is something that I will put on anything. I spray River's high chair, and it's the easiest thing ever to clean River's high chair because obviously it's like covered in food. It's like a big hassle to want to like take the whole thing off and the seat. It's like everything gets messy when you're feeding a baby, right? But with Branch Basics all-purpose cleaner, you spray the whole thing, you wipe it down, it's clean, you know she's safe. And what's better than that?
I use it too. I just want to point out, I know apparently I don't clean the house, but I have used it. And it's pretty great. Ready to clean up your home and your health? Head to branchbasics.com to shop their premium starter kit and save 15% off with code VIALL at branchbasics.com. That's 15% off your new Branch Basics premium starter kit at branchbasics.com with promo code VIALL. Make the change today because you and your family deserve better.
Well, moms, you do everything for everyone else, and somehow your own wellness always gets bumped to the bottom of the list. That's where Live It Up Super Greens comes in. It's a daily habit that actually works. No hassle, no fuss, just scoop, mix, and go. Whether you're tackling school drop-off, conference calls, or the laundry mountain, this is just one easy win that supports digestion, energy, and immune health in just 30 seconds. Live It Up has become a quick and easy way for me to stay on top of my health. I love to mix it in a morning smoothie or just like throw it in some water and chug it real quick. It tastes good, and just one scoop a day can promote gut health, support your immune system, and give you the feel-good energy that you can count on. It's designed by nutritionists, third-party tested for purity, and made to be easy on your stomach. No grassy taste or chalky texture. Live It Up Super Greens offers premium quality without the premium price. It's one of the most affordable ways to support your health daily. Live It Up is offering you 15% off your first order, including subscriptions, with code VIALL, plus shipping's always free. Head to letsliveitup.com/VIALL and use code VIALL for 15% off your first Super Greens order. These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Fraser, welcome to the show, man.
Thank you so much.
You're our
Yes.
first Below Deck guest ever.
You've got
Ever.
great taste.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were
We
We
were
knew we had to
waiting.
start with you.
Yeah, we were like,
Who else?
we're not going to do this until we get Fraser. So you grew up in the UK, even though your dad's American.
Correct. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
How was
grew up on
that?
it. Really fun.
Really fun.
Yeah. Well, we actually moved countries every 2 to 3 years on my dad's job.
What was your dad's job?
He worked for the Olympic Games. So, yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah.
Doing what?
He's not probably going to love me talking about this, but yeah, doing some really big stuff.
Oh my God. So he's like
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Oh, he's the coolest guy I know. Apart from me.
Apart from you,
And,
obviously.
and now you.
And he
How-
gave you the gift of an accent.
Yeah. Well, my mother said, you speak like me and it's done.
Yeah.
So.
Did your dad try to have an accent, or was he like, listen, this isn't me?
No, I think there's like videos of us when we were really young, when we lived in the States for a brief time. And my sister's like, look, a birdie. And my mum's like, a birdie, darling, a birdie. So that's my mother rapped.
So
And thank God, honestly.
Thank the Lord.
Yeah.
I'm from
yeah.
the South, nowhere near England.
Right.
Unfortunately. But Nick really wants me to speak to our daughter, who's a year and a half, in a British accent.
Because she has a very good one.
Do you? Can I be the
know-
judge of that?
Please.
Do
Do you want some time to get into it? I respect
yeah,
that.
if you could, I'm trying to get a little
That's okay.
method, and I'm also gonna need a
Some
phrase.
specific things to say.
Yeah, like I can't just like
Okay.
And
make
like
up on my
and
own.
just give it a second. Like the first couple words out of her
Whoa.
mouth, don't go.
Trust me.
Give it let her warm up a little
I get
bit.
how
Like,
these
don't-
accents work.
Words.
And it's you're on the spot and there's a bit of a and you've got someone like me
Exactly.
sitting next to you. Like the
Yep.
whole thing's quite
Right.
intense.
And I feel like
Sure.
there's so many different accents in England. It's
Now,
like,
I
oh,
won't
that's
allow
one of them.
yeah.
I guess. It's like
Okay,
the
I'm not
worst
sure I allow
one.
for that though, because then I feel like when Americans do it, they combine all of them
They
and they go,
do.
"That's one." I'm like, "No, that's six."
yeah.
Um,
But I feel like that's more talented.
Yes. Okay, let me give you something to say, and then we can talk, and then you can get back to me later. We know full well you're not going to listen to any of our conversation for that time, and you'll be focusing on the accent
So
prep.
true. So true.
What a great studio we have here.
What a great studio we have here.
That was very,
Really?
very good.
Period.
No
Okay.
prep time needed. Confidence was through the roof.
Yeah.
Maybe. Do you know what? You even looked British.
Really?
Yeah.
You know what? Growing up my whole life.
Why are we
Sorry. No, I don't know.
How's our
Now
daughter,
I can't.
how
Now
is our
I'm-
daughter gonna learn
Yeah.
if you go in
He
and
needs
out?
me to talk to our daughter
Right.
with a British accent. No, everyone.
I
told
want her
me
to
I
hear her
was-
go, Daddy, Daddy,
Daddy.
Daddy.
Yeah, yeah.
My growing up, everyone said I looked like Emma Watson
I can see it.
from Harry Potter.
Yeah.
because that was obviously like
Yeah.
big when I was growing up, and so my sister would make me do a British accent as like a child.
Right. So that abuse
So I think
brought
that
you to this place.
abuse
Yeah.
is what has made me so perfect, so funny, so beautiful.
Keep going.
So, yeah, that's
yeah.
what's made me who I am today. Anyways,
You got a catch.
yeah.
Well done though. That was very
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I want to get into like what you do on the ship because you're
Okay.
a little like
What?
How did you get into yachting?
So I was working in London as something else, and I was really unhappy. And I was fortunate enough to be a guest on a beautiful vessel with my ex at the time. And I was sat there in the south of France on the sun deck at 8 a.m. in the morning, drinking my coffee with my side of grapefruit juice, waiting for my ex Ben.
oh my
Yes.
God.
And I was like, why am I so fucking unhappy right now? I have everything I could possibly need in life. And why am I miserable? And then I overheard some laughter, some joy, and this sort of zest for life. And I peered over to my left. Also,
God.
I should be a storyteller because this is going
No,
really
I'm
well.
literally.
I'm
like,
even
is this a-
intrigued.
I'm literally thinking, is this a call map? And am I feeling
No,
sleepy?
I was like, oh
And
my
can,
God, Fraser, tell me more.
Can you
Um,
can you talk to me to go to bed?
I'll read your kid.
I
Yeah.
would.
So I peer over to my left and I see 4 beautiful yachties. I mean, I'm talking exquisite, perfectly presented, beautifully tanned, highlighted hair, and just like enjoyment of their job and their life. And I was truly in awe. Like I was in a bad place, but I was in awe of how they could be enjoying themselves in their workplace. And I went, surely that's not possible. Like I was doing my dream job that I'd always worked hard to do.
And that's a secret.
No, I was a model agent.
Oh.
And I was like, this is the coolest job ever. It wasn't, lo and behold. Anyway, I was totally fascinated. And I left that trip, went home, met my family for a family dinner and said, guys, I'm going to become a yachty. And they were like, you're having a mental breakdown. And I was like, watch me. So then I sold myself to the devil.
Now you're cheap still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And this was before you even thought yachty would come with a TV career.
That's right. Yeah. So I actually wanted to be a yachty, of course. Didn't know anything about the show. Worked really, really hard in getting to where I wanted to be. And then the casting producer found me and kept pestering me. And then here we are.
And have you gone back to mom and dad and said, "Told you so"? Yeah.
The thing with, I think they let me do it. They let me do everything that I want to do. And they just, I think they trust me. to get
Mhm.
stuff done. I think if my sister decided to do that, we'd all be up in arms.
Yeah.
But no, they're just like, fine. And I think it took a lot for me to pack a backpack and move into a hostel in the south of France and graft. That's not a very Fraser thing to do.
Mm.
And they were like, if he's going to those lengths, he wants this.
So like what was the darkest, tell me,
Bad.
dirtiest, what was it?
Wait, as an experience I've had with a
Yes.
guest?
Or
Or in
just like
life?
in well
Sorry, as in yachting.
Yeah.
This
like when I was a child.
yeah. This one night.
Yeah, we're here for any dark story. honestly.
No, I dealt. This is so like woe me, but it's true. It's a very archaic industry. I dealt with a lot of homophobia, and also being a male in the interior is not a thing. I mean, it is, but it's not well received. And I was essentially and 26 when I started is very old in yachting.
it?
Oh my gosh, you are basically a pile of ash. You are not interesting. You're like, you may as well have a walking stick. It's just because people start when they're 18
Yeah.
and you're young and fresh and fab and hot. And here's me waltzing in. So it wasn't a very desirable look, but yeah, I didn't fit any of the molds that they had in place. So I just had to show that actually I could be a personality hire, one, and two, I
You're
could
like,
be good at
the
the
guests
job.
will love me.
But I started on deck. And they were like, "Your shit, get inside."
yeah,
like, fair enough.
absolutely not.
So yeah, but again, like homophobia. Like I remember my first day, I was working. I got any job I could, and it was working as a crew member to the crew, not even guest facing. So we call it a crew mess stew, basically cleaning up after
The crew.
the crew. Is awful, but I took anything I could get. And the first day, the chief engineer had found out that I was gay, and I was making teas and coffees for the crew. And before he grabbed it, the tea I'd made him, and I was washing up in the sink, and he poured the boiling hot tea over my hands, and he said, "I won't have a make me a drink, and I most certainly won't drink it." And I was like,
This is day one.
day one.
Jeez.
And I remember walking straight into my cabin and like looking at my hands, and then looking in the mirror and be like, "You fucking have this, boy. Like, don't let any douche get in your way."
Yeah.
Like we forget that throughout life we have these hurdles and we have these moments where you feel like the world is telling you to turn around. There's not much that's going to make me turn around unless I quite literally am.
Unless it was like a 3rd-degree burn, you had to like go to the
Oh no,
hospital.
it was rough. It was really rough.
Oh my god.
But I'm just like, people are gross. But
have you ever run into him since?
No.
You haven't.
No. I mean,
Are you sure?
I would love to.
Yeah, no.
How
of course.
amazing.
And I would too.
I'd look him up and down and go,
I would too. I have
"How well are you
words."
doing?"
I was like, is there
Yeah.
a blacklist for yachting? Like,
Yeah, I mean, these people do eventually get exposed.
Yeah.
And whether it's through karma or the fact that these things do spread, the industry is very small. Yeah, I don't think he's working.
How do you
Oh.
think he feels watching this season of Below Deck,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
so many people are gay?
He's probably really horny for me. That's
Yeah,
what usually
that's the-
happens.
He really misses you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, that sounds like maybe some pent up.
It always is.
It always is.
But, whatever. I mean, hopefully he's unemployed and got nothing going for himself and miserable.
Miserable.
Yeah. But no, I wish him the best. I wish everyone the best.
What's the largest tip you've ever received? I feel like that's a big deal in the.
Do you know? I'll keep it to Below Deck on this. We got the highest tip in Below Deck history on my first season of Chief, season 10, I believe. I think it was 40K for 2 days, like
For
3
2
days.
days.
I was like, I'll take it.
No,
Um,
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I saw this season you guys it was a lot having a 5-day charter.
Yes.
Is that not typically an
So
option?
in the industry, that's the thing. Usually charters are 7 to 10 days minimum. Obviously, when you're filming a show, you don't have that,
Right.
thankfully, with the people that they find us. And 5 days was a long old slog.
Yeah.
And then to basically not get tips for it.
Do you ever get tired of being on a tiny vessel?
Again, people think this is a really glamorous life we live. It's not. You live like a dog, work like a dog. You're in a kennel.
Mm.
And you've got to slave. You've got to slave away at it.
So What do you love about it?
I don't know.
Okay. But you're
and
happy.
my therapist and I can't work that out either.
Yeah.
Well, I do like hospitality. I love being with people. I love entertaining people. And if I can do that, making a drink, which I love drinking too.
Yes.
I
cool.
imagine you met some really fascinating people, though. Have
Yeah.
you kept in touch or like
Yeah,
found
no,
any
absolutely.
mentors and things
Yeah,
like that?
I have actually. And it's just amazing the people that I've met, but it's such a wide variety of people. And some of the best people I've met are crew because we're all somewhat like-minded.
Can we talk about the gay porn star charter?
Yeah, that's the 5-dayer.
Yeah.
That was, but again, what people do in their day-to-day truly reflects in no way on who they are as a person, to a degree. It wasn't in this case anyway. And to think that these like really, successful gay porn stars, which I'm sure they might be, but they didn't show it with their tip, and we did a very good job. So I don't know what's going wrong there.
Okay. I have a question.
Tell me.
As a below deck watcher, how do they pick who's going to be on the charters for the season, and what are they responsible for? Do they pay for the entire charter plus the tip? Do they only pay for the tip because they're on TV? Like, what is the actual arrangement here?
So this is like probably the most asked question being on this show. And I'm not going to use figures because I quite like doing below deck.
Keep it
Yeah.
So there is a fee, a heavily discounted fee to charter the below deck vessel.
Okay.
For obvious reasons. Who wants to go on a vacation where they're mic'd the entire time? They don't have full freedom and don't have the liberties of living how you would on an actual yacht. So it's a pretty restricted experience, but you still get to do what you've asked to do. You still have to you still get the experience. You're just limited a bit, right? So heavily discounted cost for the amount of time. The amount of time can be 5 days, it can be 3, it can be 2, whatever. It's always going to be the same. That's just luck of the draw. There is a minimum tip you have to pay on top of said charter fee for this show. Minimum.
20%.
No. In real life, yes. So like on normal boats, it is 20%. But with this specific charter fee for the below deck vessel, there is a minimum tip attached, which is the same, both the fee and the minimum tip.
Okay.
You know this. Everyone knows this who comes onto the boat because that's what it costs to be there. I also know this. Maybe not the others, but I do. So whatever they add to the minimum is what they're really actually putting towards. So in the circumstances of the 7 or 8 male porn stars 5-day trip, there was a minimum spent. It was covered by their company.
Okay.
And then we saw actually how much they put together themselves.
Got you.
And it was pathetic.
Oof, you guys committed. So you did a whole S&M night.
Yeah, it was the best night of my life.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I was able to be a bitch to the guests, and it was fantastic. I really came alive.
Yeah, you really.
Maybe they sensed that.
Oh,
from
they
you,
love-
and
no,
they thought,
they-
you know what? He got his tip.
Maybe.
Every minute of it.
Maybe. But no, and then they sped up the charter over the few days, and we worked so hard, and then we got paid nothing. But again, I love it for the job. I really do. Can't explain it, but I do.
And when you talked to those, when you had the epiphany on with your grapefruit juice and your cup of
Yes.
coffee,
Yeah.
did you go and talk to them and be like, "Hey, what are y'all doing?"
Yeah.
Or did you go into this?
No.
Obviously, you started at the bottom, so like, there had to have been a point where you were like, "I know I'm going to get to where they are, which is like happy, so I'm just
Yeah.
going to grind."
Well, I just observed them from there on out, and I was like, what's actually going on here? And obviously, as a guest, you don't really see what's going on. So I did go into it with rose-tinted glasses a little bit. But I also knew that I wanted to be in the south of France. I wanted to be by the most beautiful coasts in the world on a super yacht in a tight outfit
Mm.
with my tits out.
So hot.
My dream date. Cute.
Hello.
My dream date. Cute.
So yeah.
Another question. I feel like I only see you on Below Deck. We've got Below Deck Med. We've got Down Under. Is there different yachting companies that we're going through, or could you be on Below Deck Med if you wanted to?
No, so Bravo owns them all. They're all different franchises. I'm glued to Below Deck.
Okay.
Different production companies, I imagine.
Same
right?
production
Same
companies.
production
Yeah.
companies.
There was one season that there wasn't, and then it got cancelled, so it didn't go too well for them. But
Sailing?
no, one of the older ones. But no, I think they're all same production companies, yeah. And they're just different worlds, if you will. However, you do see crossovers, of course. People move to others, but I've not been allowed to.
Can you talk about Kelly?
Yeah, what a wonderful woman.
Yeah. What happened there?
I think she is a really bad drunk, bless her. And I think she's a messy queen.
How long was that? Like, how long was her breakdown?
3 hours.
Mm.
Well, they joined at
Same.
noon,
Yeah.
and then she was drunk by like 12:30. But she'd obviously been drinking on the way, and isn't very a good drunk, clearly.
Yeah.
And then when she was at the table, and when she had more food in her hair than she did in her mouth,
Right.
I started to question sort of the longevity of her existence
Yeah.
on the show.
Yeah.
And then there was no going back. Listen, you can feed someone as much water as you'd like. It's not gonna work out. Anyway, so that took about 4 hours to finally get her arrested.
Yeah.
What was the funniest thing she said on her?
I think screaming Democrat in my face.
Yes.
Yeah.
That
was interesting.
my favorite.
Um,
It's a bunch of Democrats.
and she
like,
was just angry.
Why?
She was like, "Fuck you, Captain," and like,
Yeah.
watching her try to duck underneath the captain and
Yes.
three of the crew
Just,
to
like,
try
grabbing
and get
her.
back in the ocean or whatever.
and then
I was
her diving in and being like, "Chase me, chase me." I was like,
Nuts.
she's really going for a ride, this one.
What makes a good steward and a good steward chief? And why do you think you're so good at what you do?
I think that you have to put your ego at the door 100%. You're here to serve and you're here to create an experience, really not here to think about yourself. And I think that means that you're going to be giving up a lot of sleep. You're going to give up time to eat. And of course, you need to keep yourself going. But I truly put everything else first. And because I've been a guest, and I'm very fortunate to say that, I don't think many yachty have. I made yachty a plural word there. Like yachties, yachtai, have had that experience. I think that I'm able to see what really is appreciated and expected at that level of service. And I do that. And now, unfortunately, if I'm ever at a really nice place or on a boat, I can't help but think what more can be done for me in that place. But then I use that myself when I'm working. So I think that if you just need to be creative and you've got to constantly want someone to be smiling more or happier or better in themselves.
Have you ruined yachting for yourself as a customer? Like, would you enjoy going back?
I've just come off of my friends and I got a boat in Sardinia and Corsica. We chartered a lovely yacht. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we call them boats.
Oh.
Because when you become so used to them, it's just a boat
Right,
for
it's
us.
just a boat.
Yeah. So we were on a yacht, yeah. And then and it was tough because I was like, why doesn't anyone want this?
Mhm.
You know all about my life. You know what I eat, what I drink, when I go to the bathroom. You know my laundry status. You know everything. It's quite invasive, and you've got a whole team of people doing it and talking amongst themselves. And I know that because I do it.
Yeah.
And I'm the biggest bitch around, so I'm like, ugh, not her again. I can't deal with someone saying that about me. It's just really uncomfortable. And I go to a hotel and I'm like, oh, you should be doing this. Why is that not done? It's hell. Up here is not good. But
Oh no.
Do you find it difficult
Yeah.
as the chief stew because you're responsible for managing the personalities of the crew underneath you, but then it's also you're managing the expectations and the request of your guest.
Yeah.
So it's like, how do you find balance to stay sane even during a
Yeah.
3-5 day charter where you have so much coming at you?
I always put the guests first and I put their experience first. If that means me running around for everyone else, I will do that.
Mhm.
And then I look at my crew because usually, well, in normal circumstances, I get to hire my crew and I get to weed out those who haven't got incredible mental issues who have been casted usually to be on the show.
Right.
And those who have the experience to do it. So I deal with the guests and then I'll look at the crew and be like, right, what can we do here to keep things at bay so we're not causing too much drama and just get us through to the end of the charter and then we deal with it. But there's a priority of things that really are important. And it changes constantly, but there's always a priority and the job always comes first over drama, over beef, over anything.
And are you saying that on a normal charter that's not being filmed, the crew isn't as
This is where I go back on myself, because I always say, from what I've seen in the real world, is 10 times worse than what you guys see on the show. But do you know why? It's because people aren't subliminally aware that there is a camera.
right?
I've seen personalities, people lose their fucking shit because there's not a camera that they have to then reflect on 9 months down the line, or a storyline. Like, I've seen people lose the plot, and I'm like, if there was a camera on you right now, you would never
Yeah.
do this.
So, what was your reaction, I guess, to watching Kyle like have sex with a woman in a public bathroom? Do you think he lost the plot in that moment, or he was keeping it going?
No, I wasn't surprised at all, to be honest.
No.
What I was surprised about was the fact that that specific public restroom had cubicles. Yet
They were
him and his madame
the
chose,
Boston woman.
wherever she
Lord.
was from, chose to position her head underneath the urinal.
Mm.
Oh, the reaction was so good. You like came on, you're like, absolutely foul.
It's disgusting.
It's disgusting.
It's so gross. I just work amongst the most peculiar group of people.
Well, speaking of Kyle, so I would love to hear your opinion on the whole, like, Kyle, Solen, Jess, Barbara, I guess Damo as well.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think is going on there? Like, if you were if you were hiring your crew,
Mhm.
would Solen be someone that you hired?
Have a wild guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Her work ethic seems to need work.
What work ethic?
Yeah, exactly.
There is no.
Again, would it be worth watching if I could pick my team?
Yeah.
No.
But no.
Mhm.
But what's really cool, it's not cool. What I've been dealt with is dealing with this every single year. And now, as opposed to going, please someone fire them. And I've asked Captain in the past, I've been like, seriously, can we let this person go? And him saying no. I'm like, right, let's just make use of what we have in the best way possible.
Yeah.
And she was great for morale because she was nuts and she was funny and she was lovable and she
become
was
resourceful.
hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. As
She was
opposed to just
making
going,
out with
"Boop, boop, boop," and now everyone online's like, fire her, you idiot. And I'm like, you can't win.
No, out of all of these little
Mhm.
triangles, who do you think had it in them to last?
None of them.
None of
In
them?
no way, shape, or form.
No.
But I think, no, actually, none of them.
No.
No, not even Barbara and Jess. Or
Yeah. Well, I think Jess kind of.
Jess wants
Yeah,
everything. Bless her.
she
Are
kinda
you in a
ruined it for
relationship?
herself.
No, I'm single.
Mhm.
Do you find it hard to date while being kind of on
Yeah.
the road and
Yeah.
all this stuff?
Yeah.
On the sea.
Well, your
Yeah.
previous relationship was
seat.
with another
Yachty, and that
Mhm.
what
didn't
was
work.
the time period of like you saw each
Ugh.
other once in how long?
Yeah. We started seeing each other and then we both had very, very opposing schedules and I ended up, if you wanted to put it into words, I ended up seeing him technically for 1 day a month. It was nuts.
Romantic.
So it's really great.
Yeah.
And usually that would kind of work for me, but it didn't. But no, I've just moved to LA. I'm talking this week.
Oh, you did?
Yay,
Welcome.
welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much. So just trying to make my little apartment a little home. It's a great location. Not saying I'm here for love, but I'm here for things like this.
So there's a lot of like yachts coming through LA.
No,
or-
I just do the show. I haven't worked on a boat outside of the show for 3 years.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
you suck.
Now he's a TV star.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
do you know, I can't get a job anymore on a boat. They're like, you're an actor. I'm like, you're.
But, I mean, you are, in entertainment these days. You're
Yeah, but I
very
have to-
entertaining. Do you
I just, yeah.
do you hope to maybe use this as a launching pad for maybe more entertaining things?
Yes, I think that I never set out to do this. And then I was in a position of not being able to get a job on boats anymore because of this.
Mm.
So I became comfortable with the idea that maybe I'll run with this. And if it goes somewhere, brilliant. And if it doesn't, I'll figure that out then.
Right.
So yeah, I'm just running with it and seeing what happens.
Is there something going on with you and Chef Anthony?
In what respect?
Well, just curious.
I mean,
like
Are you alluding at...
Is he
Well-
is he just French?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I also don't want to offend the entire French nation with that.
right.
because he's a bit of a screw loose at the moment. I'm not necessarily returning calls at the moment because just like
Like, do you press decline immediately or do you let it run through?
I let everything run.
Yeah.
Always.
I'm not that
Yeah.
bitchy.
Right.
Like, they sent me a voicemail.
Yeah, I'm always just
you
like
pretend that you're not on your phone.
Yeah. Listen, I brought him back this year. I had to beg production to allow that to even happen because you don't bring back someone who's fired ever.
Yeah.
It's not a thing that happens on Below Deck. 2, I had to kind of beg captain because he's the one who fired him last year. I had to put my neck on the line because I knew that we really work well with each other. And he came back and all he did was talk about how he can forgive and not forget. And I thought, for fuck's sake, if you have one chance just to be a little bit grateful and a little bit more, let's focus on job and less on Fraser
Right.
and being obsessed with this, I wouldn't have had a problem.
I
But no
also-
good deed goes unpunished.
I also feel like if you're going to forgive, like, you have to forget.
Just do it.
Or you're not forgiving.
No, you're
Also,
not.
you brought him back.
What
I know.
is forgiving and not forgetting?
It's a load of
Lie.
bullshit, really,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Mhm.
So,
And I
especially when they
also-
keep saying it, just so you know, I
Right.
haven't forgotten.
Yeah. I also
We know.
Okay.
don't care.
Yeah.
Try that one.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do not
Riddle
care.
me
You're
that.
riddling me that. You're still telling me and everyone else, I don't care.
That's
What-
maybe the most powerful thing.
I do feel like chefs already have kind of a bad rap when it comes to tempers and you're in that hot little kitchen. I get it. But like, is there a success for having a chef on a yacht? Because I feel like each one of them has their own meltdown in a very
Yeah.
different way.
Yeah, for sure. And I think across the board, all chefs have a screw loose.
Mhm.
Genuinely, I've worked with enough to at least make that generalization. I just know that with him, whether he pretends to or not, he listens to what I say. And I do have to hold his hand throughout the season, but he's a very good chef. And with the right guidance on how things are running, we are a fantastic match.
Okay.
Truly. But like, don't fuck with that.
Yeah.
And you're fucking with it.
Do you think the lingerie guests were in the mob?
I wouldn't put it past
Allegedly.
them. Yeah. Again, I would hope that the mob has more cash and they would have tipped
Yeah.
better. So I'm going to go with no.
Well,
So
I mean, in
true.
the vein of if they were in the mob, do you think because of Kyle maybe not slipping it in with one of the people, he might need to go into like Whitney's
Yeah,
protection?
Whitney's
Like
protection.
what do you think that might have affected it?
I don't believe it happened.
I don't
I've
either.
I've reflected on it. I was there.
Yeah.
Her husband was 3 meters away.
Yeah.
There was a camera underwater.
Yeah.
Unless there was a camera in her, I'm pretty sure we can assume.
It didn't happen.
People ever tell you you look like Chris Martin?
Oh, do you know what? I don't like that one, but I have
Sorry.
received that one.
Yep.
I get blonde messy. I get
Oh.
Jamie Bell.
Blonde messy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I see that.
Every time I do a TikTok live, it's non-stop. I'm
Honestly,
like,
blonde messy is really good.
yeah, Jamie Bell, who's Billy Elliot.
Mm.
And then that's it.
Okay. Sorry about Chris Martin.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Got some good songs out there. so- yeah. Don't say it again.
Going back to your breakup,
Yeah.
the hot tub kiss with Damo.
Yes.
Like, did you see that coming? To like, what were the thoughts going through your head? Did you feel like you needed to make that phone call the next day because?
So
of
I
what
was
happened?
hoping that this never came up.
Okay. alright.
This whole season, but we're so far gone now that it's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucked up, and I had a chat with my boyfriend at the time, and I was like, "So about to go filming again. You know how like every year I like make out with a straight man
Mm-hmm.
as a lol JK." He's like, "Yeah, that's not gonna happen." And I was like, "That's not the relationship I want to be in."
Yeah, fair enough.
And we had a fight. And he
Rude.
was like, "Yeah." He was like, "No, seriously, it's not happening." And I was like,
But he's straight.
It doesn't count.
"Right." So this is my point. I was like, "I get it. If it was a gay guy, no.
Mm.
If it was a girl, just a friend. There's a straight guy who just wants some attention from me as well.
But
It's a
what if-
no-no.
What if you unlock something?
That's not my problem. That hasn't happened yet.
Literally nothing to do with you.
Has nothing to do with me. A whole different story.
He's like, I just got in a hot tub. What am I supposed to do?
Right. So I was like, that doesn't make sense to me.
Mm.
I was using that as my argument anyway. Anyway, he said no, and I said, fine. So I did go against it, is the truth. And then I was really drunk. Now, I don't know if you've seen that episode. They haven't showed a lot. They did try to protect me a bit in that. I was paraplegic drunk. I was blackout, beautiful, classic, second night out drunk.
Yeah.
Don't remember a thing. So I did call him and say, listen, it isn't working as we know.
Let's start there. Let's start there.
I got a feeling.
This is your fault.
Yeah. This
When's
is
the
all
last
on
time I
you.
saw you?
Yeah. And two,
You're just
I may
unavailable
have
for
gone
me.
against, and I don't want to out it too much, but he was like, do you even want to be in this? And I was like, I couldn't answer.
Yeah.
And I think if you can't answer,
That is your
it's
answer.
usually not a yes.
Well, I mean, it's tough when you're not seeing them very
It
often.
was a pen pal.
Yeah.
And I hate pen pals.
Yeah.
Yeah, writing.
But like, was like Damo a good kisser?
Yeah,
Or
sure.
Yeah.
He doesn't remember.
Well,
No, we
watching it back.
kissed a few times after that.
Yeah.
I remember those
Yeah.
ones.
So I do want was
Yes.
it kind of, and maybe this was me reading between the lines a little bit, but the whole like once Solen and Damo started making out, was there a little part of you that was like, I don't want Solen to be getting Jess too, so let me hook Jess up with Barbara?
Oh God, no.
No.
That would be wonderfully manipulative, and I
Yeah.
wish I did think that.
Okay.
I thought you were going to ask another. I thought you were going to say, were you a little bit jealous?
Oh, were you?
That's what I
Yeah.
want to.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't want to out myself, but yeah, I was. I was like, who the fuck is she?
Yeah.
Well, she just got with
literally running
her.
train through
Yeah.
the entire
And then
crew.
Rainbow starts to get with him.
No.
Not get, but like flirt. And I'm
Yeah.
like, Rainbow, honey, remember
You have anxiety.
who's
You need to,
who's
like-
your boss?
Yeah.
Think that one again. Get back to work.
Second panic attack of the season.
Yeah. I'll give you a third and fourth if you want to.
You're silly.
You're so silly. Say it in an English
You're
accent.
so silly.
Really good.
Really good. Thank you.
going.
No, really good.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Second.
Anything you want? Anything you want to ask her?
In English, it can't just be from your Emma Watson experience.
I feel like it is. I don't know, but
Do you know what it's weird? It's how you go, it's the way you use tonality to make it also, because an American can try English, but if it's like using the way they talk, it's not going to work in English. It's like, it's not as long as the Americans are, but you go up and down and it's fun. We could do this all day.
all day long. It's so.
Mhm.
I'm so glad you live in LA now. 'Cause
I'm
I'll be-
slightly terrified, but I'm ready to rumble. But yeah, we should go for drinks and
I'll be-
I'll practice my American.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
we could like
What's-
cosplay each other.
What's your? Can you give us some American?
So like, I've got to change like the way I talk, because I feel like if
You
I go
gotta-
with the way, like if I go really like low, a lot better. Because if I don't, I go really high. I'm like this super gay, like West Hollywood asshole, where like I really just want to sound quite like cool and slow and mellow and a bit surfery and you know.
Is that what your dad sounds like?
No, I don't know. He's got this like weird English American thing. It's American, but there'll be the odd English word, and I'm like, Dad, get your fucking life
Where is he
together."
from?
He's from, I know this is dark, he's from Delaware. Why does everyone laugh when I say this? But
Nobody knows anybody from Delaware.
I know.
Except for Wayne's World, where it's like, "Hi,
Yes, yeah.
I'm from Delaware."
Yeah.
But we have called Colorado our home for the last 30
Right.
years. We've got a place in Aspen, so I spend my winters there, and then the rest of the time just bopping and thotting around.
Bopping and
Wow.
thoughting.
Yeah,
All
bopping and
Aspen.
thotting.
Nice.
Thoughting.
The Aspen Yachter.
Fraser, this has been so much fun. I'm just so
Take it
glad.
away.
Literally, I don't. His brain has just stopped working.
He's nervous about being
He
around me.
is.
I
You
get
make him
it. Of course I do.
nervous.
Another straight man. Yeah.
I would pay to see that. Anyways, so this was so
Okay.
much fun. Thank you so much for coming.
I really appreciate it.
Where can
Thank
people
you.
find you? Follow you, all that fun stuff.
Find me on Instagram. I need more followers because everyone else on Below Deck's doing really well, and I'm not.
Really?
Yeah.
Why
I actually
not?
don't.
You're like a fan fave.
Right? You'd have thunk.
Are you like
No, I think I'm just the newest Chiefs juice. It's taking time.
no, but like, are you active on social media? I mean, obviously you're doing TikTok lives, but
Yeah, I am
Are you
active. I
posting?
am.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't like giving people too much of me. I feel like people can pay for that for a new TV show
Exactly.
or something rather.
yeah.
Spin off.
But yeah, if I'm going to be talking to my screen all day, I mean, And it doesn't
Hey,
look like
guys!
them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
might as well
And I
just
see
say
some of the
it.
other people doing it. I'm like, I'd rather not. I'd
Right.
rather than.
Especially when you see someone else doing it and then you're like, ugh.
It's such an
Yeah.
ick. It's humiliating.
Yeah.
Nick and I were
So-
in New York this past weekend and I was like, oh, I'm wearing this like cute dress. Like, will
Yeah.
you take a picture of me?
Yeah.
And so I sat down on these like stairs and he
And I was full Instagram
he was
boyfriend.
like getting
I don't
down.
give a fuck.
See, I
And
know,
I
I love
my
that.
girl.
But across the street was a cafe and a big window and two girls were sitting there staring at me laughing. And I was
Love.
like, I'm done. Get up.
Now, this is the thing though. If you're doing it for the right reason, go for gold.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
better get it good.
That's what I said. We're
Yeah.
here.
And
Okay.
also that I'm just talking about like stories talking into your phone. That kind of cringes me out. But getting a good shot all day, every day.
No.
I was gonna
I will.
say,
I've also brought my camera with me. We can do not today,
Oh.
but to LA,
Yeah.
we can get smash out some good content.
Okay. Okay.
'Cause I need it
together.
too.
We'll work together.
I just looked
Honestly,
at your
yeah, thanks.
Instagram story. I see you've already assimilated. We have a avocado toast at Sunset Tower. We've got
Okay, you've been
hydrangeas
busy
on a
this
hot
morning.
girl walk. I see it.
Oh my God, you've been
There's
busy.
an Air One right down the street.
Oh, I'm fully aware.
No, you want to get a Haley Bieber glazed smoothie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I've just, if I'm going to do it, better believe I'm gonna do it well.
Amen.
Mm.
You'll see him at Akbar.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
All
up
that and the
next, we got Sandy giving us part 2 of her experience with Louis and all the shit talking she has to do. Fraser,
Yeah.
thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me, guys.
You were great. Come back soon.
Yeah.
I will.
Hey.
Well, we love our Nanette because, well, it makes us feel and stay closer to our daughter. We were traveling over the weekend and we left baby at home with grandma. It's just so comforting to just know when she's napping. We also heard, Nally's mom. She literally said to River, she goes, it's a little cold in here. I'm going to tell your mom to her face. And we heard it. And we're like, and then we came home and she's like, and obviously it was a joke. And we were like, what do you have to say to Nally's face? And she was like, huh? It's because we heard you over the Nanette.
For any of you parents, I know it can be struggling when you are in the like, what do we get our baby? Or you're about to give birth and you're like, there's so many things on the market. I don't know what's right. I don't know what we should do. Well, the Nanette is what you should do. It is the best product on the market. It is a game changer for parents. The baby monitor allows you to see your baby from anywhere, anytime while you're at work. If you're traveling, Nick listens to River while he's on a run. It's honestly such a breath of fresh air. The high def camera means you can actually see your baby. No grainy images where you can't see what's happening. You
See
can
them
zoom
breathe.
in and literally see their stomach go up and down. You can watch them breathe. They track your baby's milestones. So it's really great to just go back and watch like every time, Nick woke her up or every time it's just it captures the sweet memories. And this adds up to more sleep for your baby. So more sleep for you. In fact, Nanette parents get an extra 36 nights of sleep a year. The Nanette baby monitor is changing parenthood for the better. It's the one baby item we cannot live without. And of course, we have a special offer for our listeners. Get 20% off your first order with code BABY20. That's BABY20 at nanette.com now, NANIT.com. Nanette. Parenthood looks different here.
All right. Anyways, now that you're still here,
Yeah.
it's Tuesday now.
Welcome back.
Yeah. So you and Louis.
Louis,
Lewis.
yeah.
Is it Lewis? For
It's
sure.
spelled Louis.
It's spelled Lewis, but
pronounced
it's Louis.
I never
Yeah.
understood that with the Louis out
I
there.
know. I was like,
Yeah.
Lewis?
He's like,
That's
no.
not
confusing.
Lewis.
Yeah.
It's from
Yeah.
across the pond,
Yeah.
right? The spelling and the pronunciation.
Across the pond.
Yeah, like because he's from the UK.
Yeah.
All right. Well, first question. Louis, is he a good guy?
Yeah. I think he's a good guy.
We refer to him on
down.
Thursday's episode as an honest fuckboy.
That's actually pretty accurate. Yeah.
In the sense compared to like say some of the other men who again
They're like
like
lying fuckboys.
Yeah.
well they're just like the fuckboys as I describe as like the the classic I definitely want to settle down and have kids
Right.
someday, and like when they're with the girl they're talking to
Mm-hmm.
and just like whether it's on Perfect Match or in real life they try to pretend to be that someday person
Right.
in that kind of interaction. But at the end of the day, they don't want to be held accountable, have expectations of them, sacrifice fun, sex, whatever, the
Right.
opportunity to just be a free spirit. And
Louis owns his fuckboy menace. I mean, that's why he
Yeah.
calls himself a menace, because he does. He owns it.
yeah, and he's
Which I can appreciate. Like, if people are self-aware and they're honest, it's like, okay. I think what's way worse is when people try and lie and deceit, and that's where the real damage kind of comes in. But no, he's a good guy, and he's anyone that's like friends with him, they all, he's not
He's not a bad guy.
So going into the finale, I mean, I guess do you want to preface anything? I mean, obviously you guys matched and hooked up. Not hooked up. I don't know. Did you hook up?
Whoa.
Sorry. I didn't mean it like that, but just like got together.
We were matched up the whole time from day one.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about what draw you to each other?
I mean, yeah, I think that just instantly we were like drawn to each other, and we kind of agreed on that too, like right away. We kind of knew we were going to match up, and we stayed matched up the whole time. We did kind of explore some other options, and then we, consciously came back and decided that we were the best match for each other in that environment. And, it's over the course of like 3-4 weeks. So we spent basically 4 weeks together, like essentially you're living together. You're sharing a room, bed, bathroom, shower, whatever. So you do spend a lot of time with that person, and we got super close. There obviously was an age gap, and
I didn't realize that.
You didn't realize that?
I didn't.
Yeah, well, he was 23.
How old are you?
Well, I was 28 at the time. Now I'm 29.
Wow, could have fooled us.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
didn't know.
Oh, that was like, felt like that was kind of a storyline. But yeah, so the maturity thing was kind
Hardly
of
an age gap.
you don't got to tell
Please.
me about an age gap. But I don't do the reverse age gap. Like, I don't necessarily date men younger than me. But so that was kind of a thing for me. And then just naturally, kind of who he is and his mentality. Like, I don't think that was going to work in the real world.
Was it weird for you dating a younger man?
At times, yeah.
Were there like things that stuck out to you?
Totally, yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit?
It's like we love this, but at the same time, I'm like, oh my God, it was like driving me crazy sometimes just because he is super like, he has so much energy and he's running around kind of like, sometimes he'd be like running around like a little kid, like in the pool and like jumping around and stuff.
But the Zoom
And like everyone else is having like deep conversations. And I'm like, I'm a very like, I like to like converse.
Yeah.
I want to sit and talk. I don't want to play games. So there would be moments like that where I just would get a little bit annoyed, but then we would have actually really deep conversations. And that's how him and I got close. A lot of it though was, kind of off camera or more just like in the bedroom talking, getting to know each other. And he's a mature guy deep down. He really is. I think he just is very like, he's rambunctious and, he's 24. Like, can't blame him.
I know you guys were open throughout, but obviously you were coupled up the entire time.
Yeah.
So like after the mixer, when he came clean about whoever he was kissing or whatnot, was that kind of anything for you in the sense of like if you were considering something in the future, how he handled it, and like do you respect the way that he handled it?
I did respect the way at least that he handled telling me the truth. Do I respect what he did? No. Like I thought that was honestly, he just was kind of being the menace. I think doing what people expected of him, to be completely honest. It was a little hurtful just because we did kind of develop a strong like relationship and connection, and he really would kind of get, antsy if I was talking to somebody else.
Mhm.
And he just kind of went off and like, had a make out orgy or whatever. But I did respect him being honest with me. That to me is super important, especially if we're not like in an exclusive relationship. Like we're on perfect match, it's like.
Was there a point where you were like, okay, I'm actually interested in like dating him after this, and then did that switch? Or were you always just like, it's perfect match, I'm here for fun?
No, honestly, we definitely developed a real relationship connection, and I wasn't there to just like, I mean, of course, it's all fun. It's not that serious of a show. There's no engagement. There's no proposal, thank God. But I was looking for something that I could take kind of home with me. Unfortunately, he lived in a different country. So it was like, that was a little tricky. He was planning on moving to LA, which he did. So that was kind of something that I was like, okay, we could potentially make this work if we want to, if we're going to be in the same city. There were definitely moments where I was like, okay, I think we can maybe figure this out. But it wasn't like, oh my God, we're going to leave here, boyfriend and girlfriend. And
And I want to ask you about physical intimacy. I know if you don't want to answer, you don't have to answer. But the only reason why
I think I know what you're
well, I just like, you guys are living together and like Netflix, it's unclear whether there's hooking up going on. Obviously, you all know your whole JR narrative and we all thought what we thought and who knows what,
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if there are couples getting physical, whether second, third base, home base, and then the guys go on a mixer and then start making out with other women.
Yeah.
And so like, it's one thing to not be closed off and not be exclusive, but it would be another thing to like have a night, whatever you guys decide to do, you hook up. Now, I don't know if shit's going down, that becomes more of a thing.
problem.
There's a connection there. And then,
Yes.
are the guys sucking on women's thighs and then being like, oh, it's all jokes and spaghetti.
Right.
And so I'm just like
Totally.
curious if whatever is going on behind closed doors is playing a role in why the women are as frustrated as they are by the behavior of the men.
That's a good point, honestly, because I think just in general, like it's like even if you're not exclusive or whatever, when women become physical, like we're not okay with you being physical with other people because of many different reasons. And I, am that way as well. So, but with that, I think it was the guys mixer. I think it was like halfway through the show. I think for the most part, most people were not super physical. You'd be surprised. I mean, you're on camera. It's like your stress levels are high. You're filming every day. You're tired. It's not like this. People are not really like having this free for all. It's more of like you're going to bed. You're tired. I can't obviously speak for everybody, but I don't think that people were just getting down and dirty like right away. I think it was kind of something that maybe naturally progressed with the relationship. For me personally, I don't think that was an issue with the guys mixer.
Okay.
That wasn't, yeah.
Were you okay with how things ended between you and Louis?
Yeah, like so we ended the show together, like the finale. We claimed each other as we're each other's perfect match. We actually went to Cancun afterwards together. We did a little like vacation.
So when you guys are leaving the show, what conversations are you and Louis having about like
Moving forward?
yeah, like is this
Not much, honestly. Like we kind of both just kept saying, we had such a good experience here. Nothing can change that. Like we got really close. We know that we have a real connection or whatever, and we'll see what happens outside of here. Like neither one of us were like, okay, so you're gonna come visit this day and we're gonna, plan all these things and we're dating. And no, it just was very much like, okay, we're really grateful for the time that we spent. Realistically, this is gonna be kind of challenging. Is it even something that we want to do? And we kind of left it at that. We did a little trip afterwards, spent some more time together, just like completely off camera. And then we kind of went our separate
the
ways.
two of you?
No, Lucy, Daniel, and Scott were also there. We all went, like the five of us, went on a little trip to Cancun. Me and Louis, we were sharing a room or whatever. But that was, we just all kind of had some time together off camera. And yeah, we kind of just like went our separate ways. We kept in touch.
What about
a little
Lucy
bit.
and Daniel? Were they like hot and heavy, very in couple, in love?
Kind of the
like that?
same type of vibe that they were on the show, to be honest. Same thing. I just saw it so quickly with Daniel. Like I've dated guys like that, and I just, my sensors kind of went up with him. And that's essentially, I think, well, actually, I'm not going to speak on that. Lucy and Daniel can speak on how their
They'll be with us
relationship
on
went.
Thursday. Anyone
Will they
interested?
actually? Okay,
Yeah.
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 Then they'll, she can share that with you guys. But yeah, we all just went together as, little double date then with Scott, which was funny.
We say bless him, fifth wheel.
Well, yeah.
But he's happy to be there.
Mostly I was like a third wheel with him and Louis. Him and Louis were like, running around like crazy. I was like, oh my God, what is going on? But yeah, we just did a little trip and then kind of came back to reality.
When you went your separate ways, like we're assuming he's in the UK,
Mhm.
were you guys like FaceTiming or kind of talking?
Just kind of like voice noting, texting back and forth. We were just like voice noting, a little bit. But yeah, we weren't really like hot and heavy, like, okay, calling each other every day. It just was checking in periodically and then kind of just fizzled out,
Okay. And
Yeah.
you never visited in the process?
No.
Okay.
Never saw him. Yeah.
So that was just like, that was it.
Yeah, pretty much. Kind of. I mean,
Bye.
yeah, I think that's like the perfect match curse. I've heard so many couples. AD and Ollie are legit the only successful couple from the franchise because I think it's like you come out a perfect match and like reality sinks in. Most people are like in different countries.
Let me
I don't
ask
know
you
why.
this, right? We know that Louis is younger than you. You
Yeah.
feel a certain way about that. You seem like a self-aware girly.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a part of you that left that trip being like, I don't want to put myself out there. He's already younger. He's probably a fuckboy. He's pretty honest. Like, would you have been open to something with Louis had you left that trip and like you get back and he's just like, let's hang out. I want to see you. I miss you. I like you. And were you open to him pursuing you, but you didn't want to like, you kind of knew what he was all about. You accepted that. And you were like, I'm just going to leave this trip and we'll see what happens. And then he kind of acted pretty much how you assumed he would.
Right.
Would you have been
You know,
open?
to be honest, not in a really serious long-term way. I think totally if like, you know, coming out of the show, if he was in town and wanted to hang out and see, I would 100%. We had a really good time together. We spent a lot of time together and I didn't just like all of a sudden like stop caring, of course. But I think like long-term, I'm looking for a husband and I didn't, you know, I'm
He's
like,
got some years left.
yeah, he's got several years and he has a lot of other stuff going on in his life that personally like would not necessarily work for me and like with like a partner. So I think I was pretty self-aware of what it was and what it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
And I was totally fine with that. But yeah, I mean, I think I would have, you know, hung out, talked to him more, but it also was, I don't know, it was kind of mutual.
Yeah. It feels like it was casual.
Yeah.
Like you guys got along, but you know.
Here
both
for a
of you
good
were
time,
like,
not a long time,
Yeah.
you know?
Pretty much, you know.
So then Love Island happens.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden we see Louis hanging out with Huda.
Yep.
Did you feel a certain way about that? What was your reaction to that?
Definitely. I mean, I feel a couple different types of way about that just because of the timing of everything. I think with him essentially hard launching his relationship with Huda or whatever.
Is it? Is it a?
I mean, it's been
Well,
they've did red carpets
public.
and whatnot.
I mean,
now.
they're
That is
public,
crazy. They're doing red carpets
Yep.
together. Like
So-
even like people
right?
that are dating for
Seriously dating.
yeah.
are like, you
Well,
know
It
what?
takes a year or
let's-
two, you know.
let's-
Yeah, that's why it feels a bit convenient for
Mhm.
like publicity
Mm-hmm.
stake. But
Who do you? If you're gonna fault anyone, who do you fault more?
obviously, Louis,
Why?
because what like it's
Homegirl is in a villa.
come on
without a phone.
But why-
Huda girl
but, like,
is
but do you
she's
think- do you
just
think-
got out of the
Do you
villa.
think Louis has the ability to convince Huda to be by his side and why he should be there? Or do you feel
Yes.
like he has the ability to manipulate her into like stealing her spotlight?
I don't think it's like
It-
manipulation.
Well, he definitely
either it is or it
has.
isn't. Either they're like legit, and either they're so in love, and then she's just like, "Please come," because like
No,
she
I
is.
think that's
She's
what it
fresh.
is.
She's fresh off of Love Island.
Yep.
Her star
She
will
doesn't
never
need
most
him.
likely be brighter. She does like
She does not
is-
need him.
Yeah.
She doesn't need a man by her side right now. People are very invested in her.
She's.
So it's like, why is he there?
Yep. Okay.
I think that I don't know their relationship. Obviously, they actually could be a good fit, but he could definitely he can turn it on if he wants to. That man is very charming. He can do all of it.
So do you think he's, of all the things we said about Louis in the positive the past 2 episodes, where it's like he might be a fuckboy, but he's an honest fuckboy, do you think he's being more Daniel-ish with Huda?
Not necessarily Daniel because that's completely different.
Minus the
but
possessive thing, but like pretending he's playing the someday version of himself now.
I think with the only thing that is making me question everything is the timing of it, the convenience of it, and just like the publicity of it. I just think with real, genuine, authentic relationships, it does take a little bit of time before you fully hit a red carpet, publicize it, especially if you have a dating show coming out the same day you are hitting a red carpet. That timing felt so calculated. And I don't know.
Yeah, they moved so fast that you would have thought that Louis was on Love Island.
Well, and also
Mm.
Louis on a
Exactly.
show that we haven't even seen the finale of yet, so you're already ruining.
Haven't seen the finale,
storyline.
girl. He hit the red carpet before the show, even
Before
the
the
day
show,
the
the premiere.
premiere came
Yeah.
out.
Like,
So honestly, you know, whatever he's doing with Huda is their business personally. But for me, speaking as, you know, a cast member with him and for the rest of like the show, it's pretty disrespectful what he did, just given like he kind of took away like, you know, a lot of like the hype and the spotlight around our show and just kind of put it on himself. And he like literally spoiled the show.
yeah.
It was very disrespectful to the cast, to myself, to production, and most importantly to like the audience, the viewers, because they're like, okay, they're less invested watching this because they already know how it ends and he was a main storyline. So
Mhm.
that made me really kind of second guess a lot of things with him and question his intentions behind it.
Just to play devil's advocate for fun.
Does the devil need more
I
advocates?
actually feel like I know. I'm curious where you're going. I feel like I know where you're going with this.
Well, we know Huda moves fast and she's very intense in her relationships. And she has, at least on TV, demonstrated a little bit of possessiveness. And don't you think there's a world in which Louis and Huda got together and Louis informed her that he's about to also be at a dating show? Because again, Louis doesn't get to show up on Huda's red carpet unless Huda allows it to be so. I
Right.
think that's fair to say at this point. Like, she's the one getting these big invites, and maybe he also, but like, it's Huda's the star, right,
Yeah.
in that relationship. And maybe, wouldn't it make sense? And wouldn't it be very Huda for Huda to almost like mark her territory and stake her claim and being like, this is my, before the show even gets out and before it airs, I don't want anyone speculating on my man dating any other woman, or like, you know, and he's, and Huda's like, so who's the girl that you dated on Perfect Match? And he shows her a picture of you. You really think Huda would have been down to have the internet wondering if Louis and Sandy were together for like how many weeks while this airs?
It's a theory.
It's a
It's
theory.
a good theory.
It's a good theory.
It's a good
I
theory.
actually,
I don't know, honestly. I feel like
I'm just saying.
and I think for him, it's probably mutually beneficial, which I agree with you. I think it is disrespectful to you. And
Yeah, he's his
To
own
the
man.
show.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
had-
exactly,
You know,
exactly.
I'm just
Yeah.
saying
Right.
the whole like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
narrative that
Yeah.
like Louis manipulated Huda and like she is like this innocent bystander of like, I don't know.
Well, I
Yeah.
guess my question too is, I'm sure even though you didn't watch the last season of Love Island, there's been a lot of drama with Louis, his best friend that was on last season, unfollowed him.
yeah.
His girlfriend unfollowed him, claiming that he's a clout chaser. Do you agree or disagree with those statements, or do you think that it was?
I
They're not mutually exclusive, my theory. And
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that.
was really alarmed when Miguel unfollowed him, because I do know like how close they were, or I don't know the extent of like their relationship now, but like for an unfollow on Instagram, that's basically an unfriend, especially so public. And then he actually addressed it essentially.
Yeah, he did a full
saying
story.
clout
post, yeah.
chaser.
you're like,
Um,
yeah, he's basically, I don't fuck with this
I was
person
like,
anymore.
they're like airing it all out there. That was so alarming to me. That is actually what made me be like, holy shit, maybe his intentions aren't good, because this is his literal best friend, you guys, not from TV. This is his friend from like childhood. They grew up together in London.
Really?
They were friends way before Miguel went on Love Island, like way before Louis was on TV. He would FaceTime every day when I was with him. Like, they are actual good friends. So I'm like, I don't know what happened. I literally don't know. But
Because
if
that
it's-
doesn't really make sense
yeah,
for Miguel to get so like whatever Louis is doing with Huda. I just
like, why would it
why
bother
is
them?
why would Miguel be so upset
don't
even if
know.
it was like for a little bit of spotlight? I mean,
I
we're all
don't- I
talking
do
about
not know.
reality TV stars here. We all love a little attention.
But we also have the Kenny and Janae kind of thing happening around the same time. So it's like they're very like quick to be like, if you're trying to use us for more
Right.
clout, we just don't fuck with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're like protective over that. And I think, at least for
Maybe,
what I
yeah.
saw, like what was said about Huda is like kind of like protecting that in a way, which I support. But I don't know what happened. I honestly don't. So I can't really speak on it too much other than what is literal public knowledge,
Yeah.
what Miguel shared. And I just couldn't believe my eyes, because I know how close they are, and that speaks for itself. So I don't
No.
know.
See,
Now,
that's
how to-
the Beyond the Villa version of that show I want to watch.
Well, you don't
Same.
have to go beyond the villa because Louis does lives on Twitch with Huda all the time while they're just
Yeah.
hanging out.
I can't possibly
And he's
I-
on
waste my
every
time watching that.
But that's
shit.
what I think is like wild, where I'm like the
Yeah.
public aspect of it, where I'm like, it doesn't really seem like they're trying to protect anything because they'll literally set up a camera and just like,
I don't
hang
know,
out.
like to go on live, especially while you have like a show coming out, is just so tricky in general, because you say one wrong thing, it's out there. Like, you are not supposed to be doing that type of stuff, especially, I mean, oh my God, with your, relationship with Huda, is
Are they making money while doing that? Is that because I
Maybe
feel like
so.
Ace
Twitch.
is there's a thing where like I guess like the new thing is like
Streaming.
streaming,
go on
people
and-
send gifts. If they're content creators, then they're making money just being on these apps. So
Right.
yeah, like, I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like,
I don't make money being on the apps.
because you don't go live. You don't even spend time on the apps, bro.
That's true.
Yeah.
We go on the app.
You'll make some money if you and Natalie sit in front of a camera and just talk or don't act like it's running. But that's what I think is the
Fuck
weirdest
my
part of
life.
it is that they
Yeah.
act
Right,
like it's not running.
They're just, it's like they're in
Yeah.
the corner, but people are
Just like
watching.
if they have to take a poop, they just
No, they'll just be like sitting on a couch and have a camera set up and just be like
Yeah.
gallivant talking and like not talking to the camera, not talking
that's
to the
Russian
people.
roulette. That's crazy.
That's what it-
Crazy. I could never.
But
And
it's
it's
like
picking up headlines.
Yeah.
it's kind of this weird version of like bringing back live TV. Like
Mm.
that sort of there are these two
Yeah.
WNBA players that went live during All-Star Weekend on Twitch called the Stud Buds, and it was crazy because you were watching it and you were like they were going out and partying like all live streaming on Twitch with like the commissioner of the league, and you're like they could ruin their careers at
Right.
any
Yeah.
It's
moment.
like, I don't know
And
how
I
people do that.
couldn't stop watching it. And I was like,
Because
this
You're
is
almost waiting
you're
for
waiting
something.
Yeah,
for it.
because
you're
it's
Yeah.
waiting,
so
and
real.
it's like this thing that like live TV used to have that feeling
Mm.
of like, what am I gonna see?
Yeah.
And it doesn't really anymore because everyone is so like knows how to handle themselves on TV now.
Mm.
But with like live streaming and Twitch and stuff, it's
About as raw as you get, and everybody's got their
Yeah.
screen
Oh.
recordings
do we
It's
on.
like
live?
people
Do we
will
live
chance
stream
crazy.
30 minutes of our morning before we start recording? Oh, that'd be crazy.
Wait, you guys should.
God.
It got messy though.
It would be messy. It could get messy,
Like,
but
I've seen some.
be
I'm not
interesting.
even all in that, but I'm like, people are just like
There have been some
taking phone
devastating
calls on
mistakes
there.
on
It's-
live over the
yeah.
years.
Or like things
Yeah.
being
That's the
said in the
thing.
background.
I
Yeah.
know.
That's the
That's
thing.
why
that's
I
why
kind of
it's-
I'm scared of that
Yeah,
stuff. I
it's
don't
Remember
know.
scary.
Kaylor got in so much trouble because like Erin was like live streaming and they thought she said something about Aaliyah or something about them being fake, and then it was just like mayhem
yeah.
Right.
from like
I
an
don't
overheard.
remember. I do try to disconnect from that,
Oh, trust me, I have
But
no
I get what
idea.
you're saying.
Yeah, I have no idea
Yeah.
when anything aired because we
Yeah.
watch too much reality television.
Yeah.
I have a question. So how many people are going to be hard launching like in a week's time relationships that have nothing to do with Perfect Match? Like do you feel like everyone's cuz that's where I feel like it's frustrating that he's now
Right.
hard launched and everyone's had to be quiet about their
Right.
committed relationships and like that sucks for everybody
I
else.
feel like honestly there will be a good amount of hard launches because it's been a year's time
Well, who
and
is together?
there's gonna be some pregnancy announcements. I mean, you know,
Oh wow.
well there already is.
Well, yeah, AD, but
well, and Hannah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she wasn't allowed to
Hannah. She was on the cast.
Of Perfect Match?
Yeah, they cut out.
Blonde.
Yeah, they cut out her
They
stuff, which was
cut
so
out
weird.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
so
cut out a
weird.
whole challenge
She
and then
got
all
like
the
an
stuff around it.
introduction, and that's
Yeah,
I
but
don't remember. Her.
it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, it
She's
is
pregnant now?
frustrating.
With
She's engaged and pregnant, and she's come out and said that herself. And she's really excited to like announce it because she's been waiting months because she hasn't been allowed to, and we all have like we've all like respected just the way that the show goes and the integrity. So everyone's kind of had to keep their relationship on lockdown and private. And then for, Louis to kind of pull his stunt the day that the show comes out was just like such a slap in the face to all of us because we've all been like, okay. But I think there will be a good amount of hard launches. Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do have a question. So I saw on, I believe, Rachel's page, you were like at a pool situation or like a hangout and Louis was there. What has it been like being around him after all of this?
Is this like when we were in the pool or like no?
Oh, was this old?
I
I feel like she
So she did just post a video of her and I, and like the guys were in the background, but that was because we did that when we were filming. But we were all just together for the Netflix party, and then we were filming promo the day before. So we all were, together at the hotel rooftop.
I heard from Rachel on this show that there was drama at the Netflix party.
Yeah, I saw that too. I don't know.
What's
I
this on?
honestly don't know what drama she's talking about. I was kind of in my own world, like dealing with my own stuff. But I'm sure there was drama. There was pretty much everybody there, and it was super overwhelming. But I don't know what drama she's talking about. I actually wanted to text her about that because I was like, "What are you talking about?"
But did you and Louis speak? What was it
no,
like?
we talked. I mean, that was the first time I've seen him, first and only time I've seen him since we wrapped filming because we all did promo together. So we had, we caught up a little bit, very surface level, nothing crazy. And then we all kind of just like hung out as friends, as a cast, and we were kind of filming some videos. Nothing serious, nothing deep, just kind of
Working.
yeah, essentially. But yeah, it was all good. Him and I are good. We're friends, but we're not like keep in touch really.
How does Louis feel about fatherhood?
Oh, I have no idea. That's a
Just
Louis question.
Random. Okay, I was curious.
Huda has a child, so
Yeah.
we were just
Yeah,
like
she
wondering
does.
if he's gonna.
Yeah, stepdaddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
You know.
Only time will tell.
Yeah. That's a big
Mamacita.
one. Mamacita.
Mamacita.
Yeah.
Sandy, it's been so fun.
Yes. Thank you for having me again.
Anything you want to get off your chest before we send you on your way?
I don't know. Is there anything else that we need to address or talk about?
Do you have anything
Well,
else
thanks for
coming
sticking
up?
around all weekend and hanging
Yeah.
out here and
You're welcome.
wearing the same outfit.
Yes. Thank you.
Sorry we locked you in here.
It's okay.
Anything coming up for you that you're excited about?
I guess now it's that all these shows are done because think about it. I've been the last 2 years, I've been waiting for kind of the next show to come out and like having to keep my life pretty private and whatever. So this is the first time that I'm like,
You're about
okay,
to pop off
I'm
on the gram.
free.
Yes, I'm ready.
Everybody
Like,
follow Sandy.
I'm excited. I'm like, okay, I can like just be free and open.
Yes.
Are you dating anyone?
I am.
What's his name?
We're not gonna go
Is he
there. yet.
famous?
We're not gonna go there.
How long has it been?
So he is famous.
No, I'm seeing somebody. I've been seeing somebody for a little bit and I'm excited to just navigate this like without this, these kind of restrictions being in place. So yeah.
I'll be watching.
Yeah.
You'll
That's
be
gonna be
hard
so
launching
creepy.
anytime soon?
Potentially.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see.
Why can't you tell us if he's like an accountant or if he's like
You guys will have to
has
find
a
out.
following?
You'll find out. I don't know.
What a tease.
Yeah.
Well, we want you guys back on the show together.
Okay.
No, I'm asking. I'm quite
Oh.
like, is this more like, oh, good for Sandy, she's, best of luck, or is it like, oh shit, we're curious, like we want to know?
I don't know.
Have we gotten a photo of like a hand or anything? Or like, is this going to be like a hard launch or are we going to start soft launching?
Oh, you already sound a soft launch.
I kind of soft launched it here.
Yeah, maybe we'll start with the soft launch and then we'll work our
who is
way.
this
into-
Is he
mystery
older or
man?
younger than you?
Older.
He's older.
I've met him. I have to say it.
Oh,
Just kidding. No, but
Okay,
I'm not gonna
anyways.
say anything. I'm not gonna say anything.
Yeah, it's fine.
Like,
Are you
yeah.
happy?
Yes. I'm
How long
very
you guys been
happy.
together?
I don't know. A couple months.
Happy for
Yes. Thank you.
Could he be the one?
Maybe. Let's hope.
Oh, how fun.
you. We love love.
We're dating to find a husband, okay?
Yeah.
That's right.
I respect Sandy. I feel like she has a good head on her shoulders. I feel like she
Yo.
picks good guys. Like,
Questionable. Very questionable.
But it's
But
gotten better.
I am getting a lot better at it.
yeah.
All right. Well, I just want to say thank you to all our guests, Sandy, Allyshia, and last but certainly not least, Fraser Olender. Thank you to all of them for joining us. Don't forget tomorrow. It's a very special, very awesome Going Deeper. James Gunn joins us. First of all, just reality TV super fan, also director, writer of Superman, Peacemaker, head of DC Studios, one of the most powerful men in Hollywood, sits down with us tomorrow. We'll see you then. And on Thursday, don't forget, we have Lucy and Daniel, kind of a he said, she said as back-to-back interviews because they don't want to be in the same room together.
Oof.
That is Thursday. Plus, we'll get into OC and some Real Housewives of Miami. Also, did I read somewhere that Real Housewives of London premiered?
Yeah.
I feel like that's going to be good.
It's gonna be big. It's on Haiyu.
It's going to be huge for Natalie's impression.
Huge for my impressions.
Can we not
Is
get it on Peacock?
It's not on Peacock?
It's I'm pretty sure it's just on Haiyu.
Ugh, we're going to actually have to feel
Is
how
it
the
on
people
Bravo?
who watch
It's
on
the Bravo
High
subsidiary of in the UK area, Europe.
It's making it too hard.
Peacock, go international.
I'm pretty sure that was like the whole drama, but it's to promote Haiyu too.
Okay.
Anyway, well, probably won't be watching it then, I guess. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Hey guys, if you loved what you listened to, make sure you hit that subscribe button below. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.